We here. We here. Shut up! Sorry, there was an ad. I had to tell the ad to shut up. You have to. All right. Audio sounds good. We here. Yeah, audio sounds fine. We're chilling. How's it going, ladies and gents? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oi. Somebody's throwing out hundreds. Just the hundreds over and over again. Don't know why that's happening. I'm scared and confused. I don't really have a plan here. I'm going to stream till about 5. That's about 3 hours from now. Then I gotta go. Got a bunch of stuff to do, but figured I should stream a little bit this weekend so people aren't completely devoid of content in life. But it's been busy. Plan for this week. The plan is Tuesday night to do a stream of some kind, Wednesday to do a stream of some kind, and then Saturday we have a stream for Big JP, his new player tournament. What does that say on my calendar? Hit my microphone. Hey, Luigi. How's it going? 1 sec. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, okay. So we should have 3 streams this week, but we'll see. Cards on the table. My cat is not doing well, so I mean, if he dies, then I will not be streaming around then. So we'll see. We'll see. He just kind of stopped eating and shit. Local rat person confused and disoriented plans 3 hours of war while banging on a microphone. Will there be more news on this later, or is this all the news we get? More at 5. I wrap up my stream and I'm like, all right, guys, here's a summary of everything that happened during the stream. All right, I queued for a best of 3 on my server. If no one's around and queues into me, I'll just play some quick battles or something. But for now, we'll stay on the main menu for another minute or 2 and just see if anyone wants to scrap. If anybody wants to do battle. Do battle. Join the campaign AI beta. No. No. My AI is already perfect. Oh yeah, I gotta make my lobby normal again after my last BS meme tournament where I did BS meme stuff. Okay. Our lobby's normal. Crab campaign? I don't have the mod installed right now. I don't know if I even still have the save, honestly. I do hope the best for your cat. Yeah, me too. Me too. He's old. He's got them issues. Alright, I'll do it. I'll do the tried and true. You queue up for a quick battle is the easiest way to get someone to match you in the server. I found a game instantly in a quick battle. And the server will probably proc. What do we want to play on quick battle? Where I need to be respectful and not just pick the most overpowered thing possible. Oh, he already readied up. Skaven. Corn versus Skaven. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad for your old boy. Oh, he's a very cute blocker. Thanks. My clan members in NC plus my admin team got it for me. They did a wood carving. I called it! I called it. I got matched in the Discord as soon as I did this. In a quick battle, be right there. All right, I have 57 seconds to make a whole build now because I was busy typing to some random. Let us grab up Snitch. With those two is fine, and then I need a caster. Let's do a Plague Priest on his bell with Plague and nothing else. Cool, got that covered. Let's grab 2 Warp Grinders. Cool, got that covered. Let's grab some Rat Ogres. And then some Plague Monks and Shabears. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. Don't do that. We'll grab 2 Storm Vermin. Front line of Clan Rat Spears. That was a misclick. Then we want some globes to deal with doggos and all that stuff. Then to deal with flyers. I guess some Night Runners, and then we have 25 gold. This is a perfect build. I literally can't see any problems wrong with it. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Don't you worry. We've already won. Not a great build. No, it's not. No, it's pretty bad. Oh, I don't want to fight Segos. He is scary and much better than me at the video game. I'm here, you may begin the fun. Oh, the fun's already begun. The fun begins as soon as I hit play on the stream. I'm just that powerful when it comes to funning. Now, some people might say, Human Boy, this build sucks. This build's garbage. And those people have a point. They're haters, but they have a point. They might be right, but they are haters. Dun, 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 swamp with the flag. Bum, bum. Stop dodging me. Did you watch Clone Wars? Yes, I finished it. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Ahsoka bothers me, but that's it. Ahsoka's not my cup of tea. She's very angry all the time. You guys are already at war. Why don't you just start another completely different war because I told you to? So what if your capital city's being attacked? I don't care about your capital city. I want to achieve my objectives. So if you guys don't declare another war just for me right now, I'm gonna be not your friend anymore. I didn't really like that part. Otherwise, Siege of Mandalore was pretty good. The rest of the show was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Except for Ahsoka. I don't hate Ahsoka. I just don't enjoy her. There's a difference. I'm not like, ugh, she's on screen, I want to die. It's just kind of like, oh, not my jam. All right, we have 3 Ratogers, 2 Night Runners, 2 Globes, 2 Warp Grinders, Deathmaster Snitch, a Plague Priest, and that appears to be that, my good children. Together we march to victory against this cornate piece of garbage. Nice dogs you have there. Be a shame if I... ... victoried. Wait, what's his model count? Oh, crazy low. Okay, Chaos Warhounds of Khorne, that's fine. Bloodwake Berserkers! More Chosen of Khorne! I like our odds, I like our odds. Like our odds, I like our odds. I was like, are those dogs actually gonna charge me right now? Better not. Boy, I tell you what, you better not. Boy, better tell you what. Globy globes doing a globy globes, and then they're globy globes, and the Knights of the Brazen Throne are straight through. Let's net this fool right into some halberds, and then I try to get there. Net these guys. Hey, there we go. And then we're still chilling. Waiting for those guys to get here. Globe those knights of the brazen throne, and they're all dead, and I'm winning the game. 'Cause we're gonna be victorious. I just spun on my own, guys. Shit the balls. Alright, you guys move up here. Ooh, he coming. Oh, he coming. He's not gonna get very far, but he is trying to get there. All right, Snickety Snitch, can you get over there, buddy? Halberds continue on. You guys keep falling back. Rat Ogre's moving on. Those dogs are gonna route straight off the map. More dogs coming in. More dogs coming in. Who allowed all these dogs? Who done allow all them dogs in my house? All right, are you in range to do this yet? Nope, still gotta get a little closer. Just a little bit. There we go. Warp Quake. Sniggity Sneak doing his job over there. Night Runners can keep after those. You guys get over here, you get over here, you get over there. Snitch is sniping out that guy. And I'm starting to notice that the very people that told me I would never amount to anything are actually checks notes wrong, and I am winning this game. Oh, I killed his lord by taking Deathmaster. That's crazy. That's insane that that could happen. It's insane that a human boy could be right about something for once. That's wild. That's utterly insane. Wow. Shucks and malarkey. Hey, what if I just chuck this out right there? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool for me. Not gonna lie. That'd be pretty cool for the old hummus boy. We have globes dealing with that. We have a plague gonna... Ooh, 3 for 1. 3 for 1. 3 for 1. Yes. I'm just gonna watch it. I don't give a shit about the rest of my army. I don't care about that at all. Yes, plague him. Dun, 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 dun. You have spell resist. Because you're a punk-ass bitch, but still the plague will eat you. Eat you, eat you. Let this fool right where he is so he can't move, then we will win. GG. It's a good plague. It's a very good plague. GG. Bad builds win games. Start a stream, give us possibly depressing news about a pet. The fun starts when I press play. I regret nothing. So we gotta go fight Sego's, possibly the best player alive, while I am a washed out boomer. This is gonna go well. This is gonna go really well for me, you guys. Nah, we'll do our best. We'll do our best. We're gonna lose, but we'll do our best. What the hell is this build? Quick battle, my friend. Quick battle. Alrighty, we gotta fight Segos. What do we got? For global bands, Dark Elves, Dwarves, and Ogre Kingdoms. Okay, and then I'm player 2. I don't have to pick nothing. Prague is the map. We're playing Conquest. Got it. We're all set to go. Good luck. Have fun. Segos. Skaven, Chaos Dwarves, and Nurgle. Ban Demons of Chaos. I'll play Sigma. Ban Sigma. Empire, ban. Done. Yeah, I don't care. You can play any of those. I'll play Empire. All those sound fun to me right now, and I'm just kind of doing a vibe stream where I just play some games, so it's whatever. Skaven is very doable. Could ban it if I didn't want to deal with it, but it's doable. Chaos Dwarves, with all their buffs, that might be tricky. Because you have to prep to kill 3 large single entities, or you have to prep to kill heavy armored infantry as Empire, which is doable, but... And then Nurgle's fine. So I think if I was super try-harding and you want to know what I would ban Chaos Dwarves and let him pick between Skaven and Nurgle. But I'm just vibing, so... You know, whatever's fine for me. I don't get to play Empire much these days, and they used to be my second best faction behind Skaven, because I just liked how they played, but I haven't got to play him a lot recently. All right, he's going Skaven. Skaven Empire, let's do this. Volkmar, Pistoler, Warwagon, Kite, or Bust. That's one way of saying what's going to happen. He said, not sure about that. Not totally positive I'm going to do that. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Just let me think. Don't you rush me. You do that. Okay. What up, Edwin? Pick the build outfit you used against you in Turns Faction War. Elspeth and a crap ton of pistoliers. Yeah, it's not exactly my style. I'm not a very good kite player, but also I just don't enjoy playing kite that much. So I generally don't. I acknowledge it's a like smart and good way to play. It's just not something I enjoy. Personally. What do you do? Okay, could do that. I'm running out of funds. Running out of money. Yeah, probably not worth taking that. Screw that. Mortar war wagons, just park them inside your frontline spears. Skaven are really good at shooting stuff, though. Like, Giselles are a little spooky. Aren't they? Aren't they a little spoopy? Did you even think about that? Before you said silly things? Before you said silly nonsense to me, did you think about the effect your words would have on me? No! I thought not. No. Okay, that seems fine. Yeah, it's built straightforward, but it'll work. Let's do it. This is just a good Skaven fighting build. Could you give us at least one Ironside infantry? I hate Ironsides, man. I think they're trash. Especially versus Skaven, though. Your armor-piercing shots at low range with decent armor is not going to help you, because the stuff that's going to penetrate your backline will be Doomflares or Rat Ogres, and they have good armor-piercing, I guess, or Dogs, but not as much in the Empire matchup, because Pistoliers and Boris Todbringer are so good against Dogs that they can be a waste of money here. So the Ironside's armor isn't going to help them, and then their limited line of sight is going to be a big problem versus Skaven. So I just kind of took a traditional build. Now this build might be outdated, I acknowledge that. We'll see, because I haven't, like I said, I used to play Empire quite a lot. They were my second best faction, and nowadays, they were OP for so long, they were banned so much, I didn't play them much. And then when I was just playing with my friends, I didn't want to play one of the strongest factions, because that felt kind of BM when you're just playing with your bros. But now that they're not nearly the strongest faction, they're just quite solid. It's kind of fun to relearn them. So this is an old build I used to run. We'll see if it's still any good. We have the Sunmaker because it's really strong at doing initial shock damage to Skaven. And that's kind of the whole point of this. Do initial shock damage, you get a lot of stuff pretty low, and then the Sunmaker will get shut down, you know that. But then in the late game, when I have 6 Heavy Cav and Boris with his multiple leadership debuffs, Crush the Weak and Blood Roar, plus he causes terror. And then we have an Amethyst Wizard with Spirit Leech for sniping out the enemy lord, or Doom and Darkness for breaking key units. all I need the Sunmaker to do is prep the Skaven army to be cycle routed by my other troops, and then we run them down. So I'm going to want to push my front line pretty far forward, so if he has Jezzails, they have a hard time getting in range of the Sunmaker. And then we push him back. If he has some sneaky something around here, I should probably keep a heavy cav around to look for that, but I guess I'll put Boris in the end with this wizard in the flanks for a second and just look for those at the start. But yeah, otherwise I should be able to peel my backline with 6 heavy cav versus the Skaven. The Skaven mobility just, if I play well, which, like I said, I've prefaced this, Segos is a better player than me, so he's probably going to win. But this build can do decent work in most situations. Like, if you micro your cav well, you can beat Rat Ogres and Wolf Rats just by outnumbering them severely. And then nothing can get on the Sunmaker, so you don't have to leave infantry to defend it. But you can push your infantry forward to push the Jezzails back and make sure the Jezzails can't just walk up and shoot the Sunmaker for free. So, it's a build that can work. Doesn't mean it will work, but it used to. Good luck. Thanks. Volkmar is really strong versus Skaven. Have you tried him after his buffs, or are you talking about, like, historically? Historically, that's true. I don't know if it's still true. It might be after his buffs, but I know Boris is great versus Skaven. Boris' self-regeneration and in his ridiculous pairing of leadership debuffs versus Skaven is really strong. Daniel saying I win right now, never wrong. Oh, nice, I win. Stank and auto win versus Skaven. I haven't played with the Steam Tank much lately. It might still be really strong. The big thing I know about is that the Stank... I'm just looking for stuff. Here we go. The big thing I know about is that the Stank is countered by Flensing Ruin. Not like unusably countered, but it's countered by Flensing Ruin. And Flensing Ruin's very popular. We'll see. Trying to Doom and Darkness route these dogs right off the map. That'd be very nice for me. Ah, it looks like it's not going to work. Okay, I need a Sunmaker volley to deal with this. Cav, move up. Boris is coming back to the fight. Come on, fire. One shot and these guys go off the map while I still have Doom and Darkness for 5 seconds. Are you serious? Ah, Doom and Darkness wore off. Alright, those dogs might get to safety, which would be a huge bummer for me. Alright. I got distracted paying too much attention to the dogs, and I sent Boris on a little too long of a soiree into nowhere. And now these dogs are just getting away. So yeah, this is all kind of going to shit for me immediately. Doomflayers got through the middle. And I didn't flank the Skaven enough. I just kind of ran at them. But I was distracted. I really wanted to get rid of those dogs. So Doomflayers got on the Hellblaster there. I finally got rid of the Wolf Rats, but it's too late for that. So it's all going to shit, and that's GG. I just played it really poorly. Yeah. I wanted to get a free charge on the dogs with Doom and Darkness. Hope that was enough to rout them. Then I could pull him up to the front. And he didn't have really anything the Sunmaker could shoot. He just had some Skaven Slaves, some Poisonman Globes, but he hard rushed me with Doom Flayers and Rat Ogres. So the Sunmaker had bad targets, and I played it poorly, and it was pretty over. Yeah. Builds don't matter if you play bad. Okay. It's a bad matchup for Empire. All right. Game 2, Valley of Thieves. I'll do Corn, Skaven, Walk. Nah, High Elves. Corn, Skaven, High Elves, ban. None. I'll play whatever. Just regrowth if they flensing easy. Like, maybe. But the Steam Tank has been nerfed a lot of times. Because now, since the steam tank was like the ultimate winner of things, Doomflayers got crazy buffed, so now you have armor-piercing chariots that can surround it and keep it in melee. And that's pretty darn strong. All right, he's going Chaos Dwarves versus either Skaven or High Elves. Let's do High Elves. We'll do High Elves, Chaos Dwarves, sure. Sure. Empire don't have a good counter for dogflank, except when we have a spearman unit behind. Nah, I could have used my heavy cav better. Kept 1 or 2 next to the Hellstorm rocket battery, but I was really hoping that diving on them, getting a charge attack on them with Doom and Darkness would be able to make them flee. And then I even committed the Sunmaker to shooting at them once, but it missed its first couple volleys, and then the dog's Doom and Darkness ran out. So, yeah, that was just kind of unlucky for that specifically thing. I mean, I didn't play it great. I'm not saying I lost the whole game because I was unlucky. It was just that dog flank was not ideal. And then I got distracted on it too long. All right, High Elves, Schorfdorfs, buffed Swordmasters. No, because either he's going to have Infernal Ironsworn with their blasting charges that still kill the Swordmasters almost instantly, or he's going to have the triple single entity, which will also kill the Swordmasters very easily. No. Absolutely not. Honestly, the fact that you would even suggest such a thing shows your ignorance on this matter. So, think about that. Think about what you've done. Does Empire Flagellants beat Skaven dogs? I mean, yeah, if they 1v1 for sure. The dogs are much faster though, so they could just outpace them. Run around. Move their little bodies. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm all out of money. Wait, I did know how to tell you this. I just did. I'm all out of money. What the shit, guys? I ain't got no money. How could this happen? Where did all my money go? Where? Oh, I spent it on dumb shit. Got it. Understood. It's my bad. But where did it go? Oh no. There we go. Get rid of that. One of you. This is a build that will win. Yes. No. No. Ew. Ew. Yes. Gross. Ew. Yes. Ooh. Ew. Ew. Yes. If I have a nickel, I would have spent it on done shit. Yeah. I have a feeling Bull Centaurs are actually pretty good here now. Probably. Maybe. It's hard to really analyze that game with what went wrong, because I just played it so horribly, though. Yeah, I don't know why I countercharged his front line with my heavy cav. That was dumb. Because I wanted to back up my spearmen against his mass, which normally makes sense, but you're playing against Poison Globe, so they're going to easily just throw at the blob and kill all your expensive heavy cav. So yeah, no. Like, as soon as I did that and came back to it and 4 out of my 6 heavy knights were already routing, I was like, ooh, yeah. I fucked up. So, that was just a bad decision. Lock her down. Let's do this. So game 2 against Les Segos. Balance of Power thinks he's going to win already. And I mean, damn, dude. At least give me a chance. Triple Bolt Thrower. Decent against Dreadquake Mortar or Deathshriek Rocket Launchers or Iron Demons in general. Triple Bulls, like that kind of thing. Bolt Throwers just have good target selection in this matchup usually. They don't do the most DPS, but they can at least stop me from getting kited by single entities. And then we have a Spearman front line with some archers backing them up. Basic ass archers. And the archers, again, just do a good job overall at shooting at the big bull lords if he's going to have 3 single entities just try and win this. By his unit count, his unit kit's actually pretty large, so I don't know how this is going to go. We'll see. Because if he went crazy wide with like a bunch of Hobgoblin Wolf Riders, might have some trouble, but we have some Illyrian Reaver Archers, Illyrian Reaver Regulars, and then 2 War Lions for some mass and armor piercing. Just to try and defend the triple bolt throwers, and then I do have a net caster to try and net people in front of my 4 Shadow Warriors, 3 Archers, 3 bolt throwers. So we'll see. That unit count's not what I was expecting, but I do need to remember that he can take 5 Goblin Laborers and 5 Orc Laborers for like literally nothing, and that could way inflate his troop count. So we'll see. Cav lost 30% HP with 1 volley of globes. Yeah, globes are insane versus Cav, and that's why I definitely shouldn't have committed to the frontline fight with my Cav. That's just, like I've said, that's just my bad. Elves for the Elf's God, Elves for the Elf Throne. Yeah.
We will obey. Acknowledged.
Bolt throwers start on single shot. Yes, yes, good.
Spearman.
All right, so we do have a magma cannon. We have 2 magma cannons back there, so that's pretty good for me. Shadow Warriors, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. I don't want you spotted just yet. Damn it! Ah, their insane range got the best of them there. Understood. Okay, go shoot the Blazing Beards for fun, for free. I'm gonna move my front lines up because we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Keeping an eye on my radar. I don't see anybody behind me yet. We're gonna move our War Lions forward to try and not let the Blazing Beards just get blasting charges off for free. Oh, little hobgoblins, okay. That's kind of obnoxious. All right, let's try and get some poke onto this guy. Illyrian Reavers can take fights on the flanks with the Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders. Our archers are in range. I don't know what's hitting her so well, but something's hitting her really, really easily. Yep. Okay, I mean, if he wants to fly directly over us like this, we can still pincushion that guy. He's getting a little big for his britches here. I have another net in 14. I'm kind of hoping he routes so that we can just shoot him without him dodging. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Am I still in net range? Nope. All right, bolt throwers will shoot at him. You guys just need to refocus. We need to pincushion this flank, which fell apart a little bit. Then archers shoot over there. Front line's holding okay. We got some more lions back. That's fine. I'm just ignoring the magma cannon at this point. Okay. Shadow Warriors can go into melee with Goblin Laborers. That's completely fine for me. This lady's still alive. Bolt throwers were not able to kill him off. How did he get a heal? No way! Spellcast within range? Within range does a lot of work there, dude. If the range is fucking global, is the range global? I'm actually confused. I thought that shit had a range. I thought I could cast a net way over here and not heal him. What the hell? That's insane. That's actually cracked. All right. Don't know what that's about. Don't know why he gets healing globally. I honestly thought that had a range limit.
archers, without fail.
Okay, my triple bolt thrower took out one of the magma cannons.
All one.
I have it shoot at him again. Nah, he's moving back out of range.
Loyal.
Okay, just shoot the magma cannon.
Cestos.
I guess I can't cast a net anywhere,
It will be done.
or this guy will get a free heal. Is it seriously global? Range infinite. Wow. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right.
As you say, can I be praised? Asur,
I guess that's allowed in the year 2020.
we will obey. Yes, apace. Without fail. Asur, attack. Acknowledged.
All three bolt throwers turn on to him quick.
As you say.
Master of sorcery.
We're doing our best out here. I don't want to net him unless he'll heal again.
Spearmen.
We have some sleepies.
We will obey.
Somehow Palpatine returned. By Palpatine, I mean these Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders.
Magic's unleashed.
Sinner. Eagle claw.
Bolt throwers chunking him nicely.
I am sent.
Mag cannon shooting at my lord.
Master supreme.
Understood. Drop. Understood. For Northern.
Why won't that guy die?
A prudent.
And I don't get to cast any spells because it's global.
Eagle claw.
Actually, why won't he die? 1000 HP. I really want him to die so I can cast some spells over here.
As you
Please. I'm actually up on damage value, so good for me. I mean, I'm losing the game at this point, but going much better than game one, right?
Where I predict.
We take those. All right, that's GG. The last real things I have are my bolt throwers, and those are getting overrun right now by goblins. So it was a pretty good game. It was a close game. If I had known that heal was global, I wouldn't have cast a net, because the net was kind of just nice. But I thought since he was all across the map, I could cast it quick. But that heal let him come back, and then I had to spend more time trying to get him off the map. So that's pretty brutal. Yeah, GG. GG. Ugh. I liked the build, though, honestly. You know, I got to counter his magma cannons with my bolt throwers. Bolt throwers did okay. Lions did alright. Shadow warriors and archers did fine. Those damn blasting charges are a nuisance. Fireglaves did fine. Hobgoblins did okay. So, yeah, both of our forces, everything did okay. But couldn't quite finish that caster, and that cost me. Because if I could have finished the caster, right, if he didn't come back and then I had to waste more time shooting at him, I could have finished the other magma cannon because I got rid of one pretty quickly. And I know it rallied and started firing again, but the point is like if he's not there, my bolt throwers can just shoot the magma cannons, get rid of those. And then the magma cannons don't do nearly as much damage to my front line. So then I still have a little bit of front line left. And that unlocks my caster to start casting nets. So I can just start netting down some of these goblins that are getting into my backline and buying me some time to shoot them. Or netting the Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders that were annoying my backline. But I couldn't cast a net because it was just going to heal him. So him being alive retargeted my bolt throwers away from their other targets. It stopped my caster from being able to cast spells, and it just cascaded into a loss. So that one thing does change the course of the game. And I think if he routes off, I think I win there, but he came back. GG, Segos, GG. I think after he came back healing, you should have used bolt throwers to shatter. Yeah, but I mean, after he came back with healing, the game was over at that point anyway. Unfortunately. But I really needed him off the map for the leadership debuffs. Because a lot of his front line was just gobos. So then without leadership, they would route easier, etc., etc. Yeah. Close games come down to little things like that. Happens. Got another game up with Gotrek Starbreaker. I'm inviting him now. Global bands are Dark Elves and Dwarves. There. I just told Gotrek. We can have dwarves enabled if he wants. I'm leaving Dark Elves banned. I really hate Dark Elves right now. Just Unbreakable Cold One Knights every single game gets really old. They're not that OP. I'm definitely just like tired of Dark Elves, you know? I don't think they're that OP. I think they're like a top 5 faction, but I don't even think they're top 1. I'm just kind of like, okay, I get it. I understand. They take Cold One Knights. The Cold One Knights never break. I've had my fill of that. White Lion Chariots would seem to be good in that matchup. Yeah, they could be. For sure. I wanted to play with my Shadow Warriors. Shadow Warriors are my current, like, favorite unit on the High Elf roster. They're not OP, they're just fun. I am player 1. Ooh, fancy. Sparse tree map. So let's do Greenskins, Corn, Beastmen. Ban. IDK. None. Yeah, I won't ban anything. It's whatever. Imric and Bolt Throwers. I feel like Imric dies really easily to Blunderbusses and Infernal Guard, doesn't he? I guess he has missile resistance and fire resistance. Yeah, maybe. That could be the play. How about another thematic campaign or for chill streams like this? I liked the Witch Hunter one. Oh, the Witch Hunter one was kind of fun, yeah. We could do more stuff. If I streamed more, I'd be able to do more things. But life's been busy recently. This spring has not been the spring I was hoping it would be, so I've just been busy, not able to stream as much. Sag rat. Vampire counts ban Corn. Greenskins or Beastmen versus counts? Greenskins. We'll play some Green Tide versus the Vampire counts. We the Green Tide. We just want war. Or just wait till they get their Spitfires. Are you talking about the Skycutters? Skycutter. Yeah, that could be strong. For sure, for sure. No doubt. Okay, Greenskins Vampire counts, huh? Haven't had to play this in a long time. It's been 73 years. Hoping to see some Black Knights from the Council. You'll probably get your wish, dude. Buffed Black Knights are solid. They're not OP or anything. They're just good. Just quite solid. No complaints from me about them being good. Spears. And then should we get Stone Trolls or not? What are we feeling about Stone Trolls? Double Rogue Idle time. Holy. Bro's cooking. Bro is straight up cooking. Incars, are you in the chat? Where's Incars? Where's Krell? I have to decide. If Incars is here, I gotta take a certain unit from my boy. You can't just play Greenskins and not give Incars some props. I'm the fat. Under my breath, I'm saying a bunch of Grom the Paunch quotes, so I think everybody knows what my lord is at this point. The Gradons is ready! 0 gold spend! 0 gold spend, boys! Can't greenskins take double drakes now? Well, they don't have any drakes, so no. I think you're thinking of the wyverns, but the wyverns are terrible. Wyverns are overpriced terror pieces that don't have a breath attack, so they just kind of have all the weaknesses of dragons without any of the strengths. They don't even have healing like the terror guys has. They're just kind of meh. They can, yeah. How many missiles do the vampires have to kill them? Not a lot of missiles, no. Rogue idols can be solid in this matchup. They can be. I'm not trying to downplay them. This is one of their matchups where they're pretty darn good. The only downside is they are still very slow, like swinging and stuff. So how they usually end up dying is being left for the very last thing and then cycle charged or breath attacked to death. Or honestly, like, again, not memeing, Heinrich Kemmler summoning Krell under their feet can be really brutal because they cannot run Krell and he does a lot of damage to them. But they are very strong here. I just went with a little different thing. I wanted to go wider. Because I actually haven't gotten to play this matchup since I got Orc Boy Spears, and I feel like those will help me quite a lot. So we have Goblins and Orc Boy Spears. I just set up the basic front line. So now I'm going to replace you, you, and you with Orc Boy Spears. So I should have a steadier front line, and the Orc Boy Spears will do pretty well against Cryptors. I do have the 8 peak loons to spin through clumps. And then how many goblins do I have left after that? 2 goblins. Okay, so put a goblin in here. And we'll put a goblin here. Oh, we have another one. Nice, more goblins, more goblins. Love some goblins. Okay, I'm gonna put a secondary line of goblins, including the 8 peak loons, for when my frontline goblins break. But I don't need too much more in my back line than that. Well, I guess I could have them around just in case I need them. Whatever. All right, Orc R boys for consistent DPS that can kind of hold their own against like dogs. Black Knights will do pretty well against them, but dogs won't have the best day. And then Rugland's Armored Orcs for a bit more armor and orcs. I was asking if Inkars was here, because if he was here, I would have to take the Acid Burper. Because you just have to. Like, you can't have Inkars in the audience play Greenskins and not take the Acid Burper. It's something that, when the DLC came out, I rated the Colossal Squigs very poorly, and he insists they're good. And he's used them to good effect since then, so now, if he's around, I like to take it just to be like, I see you. I see you out there doing good. Grom the Paunch for AoE, ITP, and regeneration, so that sniping him isn't that easy, and routing off my units isn't that easy. We have Gaze and Nagash, so I do need to time my Lucky Banner with if I'm going to get gazed. What do we have for him? Hex Wraiths and Dire Pack, Varix Reavers, more Black Knights, Blood Knights, all that stuff, then a bunch of zombies and a Black Coach. Understood? I'm intentionally leaving Grom outside the trees because I kind of want to bait the first... I want to bait the first thing onto them, but it doesn't look like they're going for it. So instead, we'll just go get in there. All right, move up the boar, boys. Don't overextend too much, just hang out. Don't overextend too much, just hang out. I thought I gave my archers shooting orders, but it doesn't look like I did. Black Knights, Lances, and Barding. You can move up here. Those are Blood Knights. There we go. Okay. We were waiting for this for a while, so here we go on the Blood Knights. We're moving up some of our reserves. The Great Huns is here! I'll save my damage resistance for when there's something to actually damage resist, but for now there's nothing really going on, so that's pretty fine. I'm gonna slow these Black Knights in case he realizes they're in a bad spot. He's gonna have a harder time getting them out of there. Where are my spinning loons? Spin up into the Knights, please. There we go. There we go. That wash should give me the extra leadership I need to stay there for just a second, as my loons do mostly friendly fire, which is very exciting for me, but whatever. It is what it is. This lady's having a bad time. Grom is having a great time. I need to retreat towards my boar boy biggins to get away from these dogs, but we did do a lot of damage over there, so that's going okay. We have some extra goblins on the far side. I'm gonna have them run down Black Knights just in being a nuisance. And then you guys can turn around. With Grom keeping you ITP, you shouldn't retreat from these Hex Wraiths, so then we should just get good damage out, and Hex Wraith's extra melee defense isn't really gonna help them that much. River Troll got to safety. I'm gonna have her go fight the Black Coach for a little bit. And these dogs are having a bad time, but they don't need my boar boy biggins to have a bad time, so I'm gonna back off with that. Archers continue firing at whatever you can. That is a zombie summon, so my Aura boys will be okay, but meanwhile my goblins can continue to fight back. Let's do a quick little spinning loot up into where those dogs are retreating. Get them on the go. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We took a bad hit, so I'm going to use Mither on a couple things and get my boar boy biggins back in there, get some covering fire, because the River Troll might rout, and I really don't want that to happen. You guys are chasing off the Hex Wraiths, but things are going a little south. Those are Black Knights, Lances, and Barding. Okay, I'm not that worried about it. I just don't want to get caught in these zombies, which is okay. Get another wall, get more ITP out there. The River Troll is under attack. Retreat into my boar boy biggins. And then we'll be fine. Grom, get back there and help those Orc boar boy biggins stay in the fight. You need to get in range of the Great Uns is here. Great Uns is here, and I haven't needed Lucky Banner. I'm gonna keep it, because I think keeping my Lucky Banner available has kept him from trying to Lord Snipe Grom too much. If some sort of blob fight going here. Ah, they just took enough damage. Damn it. They just took enough damage that I couldn't deal with that. Black Coach is almost dead. Archer's gonna pin cushion it for a little bit longer because I want to make sure it dies, because then my River Troll will come back. But if he gives it an invocation of heck, my River Troll won't come back. All right, we're fine. Master Necromancer is honestly still full HP, so I'm gonna spend my spells on stuff that's more damaged to try and actually kill them, rather than like, because I criticize new players for this all the time, so I don't want to make the same mistake. But vampire counts, you got to focus on killing stuff, not like full health Master Necromancer. I'm going to cast my first Spirit Leech at 4.5 minutes onto it. That'll be a good idea. And then, you know, he just heal caps him eventually and I lose. So, don't want that. We'll avoid that mistake. Again, Master Necromancer is going to snipe her now. I'll try and Mither him and run away. Trying to pull my boar boy biggins out of the blob to go help her out. I'll charge the Black Coach and charge her into them, and that should be fine. A lot of stuff's fading away. Grom's been doing great. He's going to help finish off those Black Knights. And we do have Hex Wraiths getting in my backline, but with the double Black Coaches dead now. And then these are all zombie summons, or they're so close to dead it doesn't matter. It's like, can a Master Necromancer and an almost dead Hex Wraith really carry? Probably not, and we will win from there. See, you guys, Sego's is just really, really good. I'm not a terrible player. You just put me against a much better player, and then that made me look like a dumb fool, bumpkin, idiot, fuckface. Alright, GG. Is this the freaking Black Coach from Left 4 Dead? No, from Left 4 Dead 2. Lanner. Did you already stream more crab? I did not. I did not. Some things came up that stopped me from finishing the crab streams. I'm sorry. Master Necromancer did fine. Black Coaches caused a lot of disruption, but not a lot of murder. I mean, I guess they got 180 and 130 kills, but mostly on gobos. Grom did fine. He just made my Orc boar boy biggins immune to psychology. My Goblin frontline too. Whenever they were near him, they were immune to psychology, which is very nice. Orc boar biggins did well. Archers did fine, poking them down, and then yeah, the Orc spears that I haven't got to use in this matchup yet just seemed really nice. Just solid spears that aren't goblins. We did our best. GG's. Next map is Prague, and he has to pick. I don't have to pick anything. Prague. Prague. I'm gonna play Greenskins again. All I play is greenskins now. This is me now. Where? I'm gonna grab a ginger beer. I'll be back when I feel like it. Whoa! My chair hit the microphone. I'm so sorry. That probably sounded terrible. I'm back. What did he pick? Time to try out the new AI beta. I've heard good things. I've heard the AI is just a little passive. All right, he's going Greenskins, Bretonnia Empire, ban Tomb Kings. Greenskins, Bretonnia Empire. Dwarf Gate. Let's do Greenskins, Bretonnia Empire. Let's do Greenskins, Bretonnia Empire? Ooh, I think that really opens us up for a Greenskins, Bretonnia Empire. Nergy. Ban Imp. Nergy. 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 I'm a little nurgling, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. I'm gonna spit in all your tea. Yay, tea. Yay, tea. That's what I had. Get used to it. Nergy. I don't know why I'm having so much fun with this, but I am. Nergy. Okay, I'll stop. I'm stopping. I have stopped. I am already done. I am not doing it any further. Nergy. Okay, shush. Factions die off faster in the beta. Whoa! Whoa! That's messed up. Whoa! Can't do that. Whoa! Stop it. Cultist of Nagel. Nagel cultist. Yes. These fools think they can defeat me. They will soon learn the error of their ways. When the Nurgle tide comes for them, they will be sorry. They will be. What was that thing? I'm trying to remember that thing now. Come back crazier than ever. Oh yeah, okay, dude. A lot of the time I feel like Richard Nixon from Futurama. When he's the head in the jar and like he's like, "There's something would have calmed me down, but no, I'm back crazier than ever." Just come in. What's the hell's going on here? I'm just spouting nonsense and being unusual, as is my way. Plague toads rank 9. No. No. That's not real. You can't do that. You just can't. I hate Nurgle so much might be the toads. Why do you hate the toads? Luigi, you're supposed to like the toads. The toads are on your team. You and Mario teaming up against toads. Luigi. Get your shit together. All right, this is a good build. This is a build that's gonna win us some games. Pox Riders are terrible. They're terrible. They're one of the worst units in the entire game. They're horrendous. Expensive, slow, squishy. Don't do much damage. Plague Ogres got buffed. They have to be good. Plague Ogres are actually solid. I enjoyed them versus Ogre Kingdoms quite a lot. I don't know about taking them versus Greenskins, because Greenskins have Orc Boarboy Biggins. And Orc Boarboy Biggins are very strong against large targets. Plague Trolls got buffed. That's true. I did have one in this build, and then I cut it. I think you guys are gonna like. You're gonna like what I brought. Okay, you're gonna like what I brought. It might work. It might work, but it is still a little off meta. Luigi, I was making a joke about Mario and Luigi and how they often help the Toads in their video game. So, you know, think about that. This Mike's cord is just in my way. I feel like every time I hit it, it probably makes a mild noise, so I don't want to hit it, but also figure it out, Mike. All right. I'm gonna, oh, that's why you're being such a tool. You're stuck under that. Ooh, yeah, okay, wait, sorry, I have to check something. Yeah, I haven't gotten any stream bitrate errors, so you guys are probably having a beautiful stream for the first time in a while. Because our bitrate used to be tanking randomly, but I changed some settings around and worked on it, now it's fine. My main issues with Plague Ogres is that they seem to struggle to surround things for some reason. Yes. Oh crap, he's already ready. Enemy troop count is 860. Mine is 614. All right, let's go. So here's the idea. Here's the idea for why this isn't trolling. Nurgling frontline because I have to have something, and then Forsaken to do the real damage. And then we have a Cultist of Nurgle to get in there and start getting his healing aura charged up. With each nearby entity death, yeah, so my Nurglings can charge him nicely. Charge the Cultist up. And then, this guy, I didn't bring his self-healing, so I want the Cultist to get healing so that he can heal my Great Unclean One. Great Unclean One is a great duelist, he's a good Mortis engine, and he also only brought Rancid Visitations and his Drain. And we have 2 Chaos Knights to run down stuff and be a nuisance. And we have 1 Rotfly, because I'm going to give him a chance to help me beat Orc Boarboy Biggins with my Chaos Knights if, the Chaos Knights take the charge, and then the Rot Knights fly up and over and then get the rear charge in. They can get their armor piercing down those Orc Boarboys. We'll see if that works out. Let's do it. Grimgore Ironhide. Okay. Grimgore, Crimson Killers, Orc Arboys, Ruglins, Armored Orcs, Broken Tusk Mob, and then a Black Orc Frontline. Yeesh. Okay, don't want too many people to do some die-in before my Cultist is in range. Dang, I tried to land. Couldn't land in time. All right, we need to get Forsaken up and through the lines. Also, honestly, Chaos Knights could go around. I just need to go get, those archers. Everybody ignore Grimgore for a little bit. We're gonna try our Rotfly wraparound. And these guys need to come over here and then go through the center as I try and get away from Grimgore. How do my Rot Knights... Oh, crap. My Rotflies are still on the ground. That's not good. Okay, we don't love that our Rotflies are still on the ground. Flag Bearer summon out to help out with those archers. We need to get the Rotflies back so they can get somewhere helpful, as these Chaos Knights need to get out and around. Chaos Knight's getting pin cushioned over there. Okay, can you guys get up in the sky now? Thank you. I guess we'll go harass archers with these for now. Okay, so Plague Bears are harassing some archers. Chaos Knights are harassing some archers. I got Forsaken stuck on Black Orcs. We're doing our best to rout these guys. I have some Chaos Knights who are back. So they can rear charge these archers while these Chaos Knights move to other archers. Draining down lots of stuff as my cultist guy is trying to do his best. My Rotflies are straight up losing to Orc Arboys, which is pretty cool. Rear charge in from these Chaos Knights should get rid of that just fine. Alright. And then you go back to just grinding through some fools. Plague Bearers, help me against these Orc Boy, Biggin Boy boys, please. Yeah, Rotflies suck. Rotflies are the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They're still distracting some archers, and I guess that's what I need out of them right now, but... My word, they depressing me. Okay. So let's get our Chaos Knights chasing down other stuff. The Broken Tusk Mob are back here. Got it. Okay. You come over here. You guys come back. We need a good old-fashioned fecundity. Okay, now it should spread to all my Chaos Knights. Okay, we're killing off Grimgore. That's being a nuisance. Bringing down lots of stuff. We have Chaos Knights gonna run down these Orc Boar boys as soon as I rout them off. Okay. Chaos Knights go get those Orc R boys. I will deal with this as I drain down these Black Orcs. Did Grimgore die? Nope, but close. One more Rancid will get him. Okay, so our Chaos Knights are doing good. Just need to keep these archers distracted, and my healing can heal up the Exalted Great Unclean One. I'm very far behind on damage value, boys and girls. Alright, so he's just trying to hang on. How are we doing? 3 more Winds of Magic for that. Should be able to kill Grimgore. Oh, piss off. There, you route. Need to route you. My god, these are the bravest greenskins I've ever seen. Alright, getting rid of my knights is going to be pretty problematic. Grimmy Grims is retreating. He doesn't want to die. Understandable. Everything over there is routing pretty good. Trying to heal this guy up while also draining down everyone. Oh, okay. He's trying to do that. Let's just go take the point then. This is Crimson Killers. Try and Crimson kill me. Crimson kill me. Does this increase cast range also, or just damage? How charged up are you? 50%, so not a big heal, honestly, but all he really has are black orcs. I'm ready to curse the slug you. Alright. No need. Coming in of his own volition. Rancid Visitation's gonna take him out, but my big boy's gonna die before then. No! No! I almost had a fecundity to heal him. Rip in peace. Look at all those guys shattering. Yeah. Close, but not quite. GG. Rotflies are still horrifyingly bad. Rotflies are terrible, dude. Terrible. They were losing in melee combat against the Orc Auror boys, and then they got rear charged by Grimgor. Nurglings are also pretty ass, but I knew that. I just wanted them to die next to the cultists. The cultists could get charged, but yeah, Black Orc frontline was pretty tough for my Forsaken. What up, Spencer Jack? I think instead of Rotflies, I should have just taken 2 Poison Moorhounds. Could have been better. GG Gotrek the Starbreaker. Doc Karaz is the final map. Rotflies were paid by Grimgor. True. Straight up facts. What do you think the next expansion will be? We know it'll be Slaanesh. They already announced that. And my original prediction was Slaanesh, High Elves, Dark Elves. So far I'm 1 for 3 correct. So I'm going to stick with it. Slaanesh, High Elves, Dark Elves. Because the Elves are tied to Slaanesh, and the Dark Elves and High Elves haven't gotten a DLC in a while. So I'm guessing it'll be that. And then I think the next DLC after that will be Nagash, where they'll do... obviously release Nagash, and then... I think that'll be a Vampire Counts, Coast, and Tomb Kings DLC. Because we need Neferata. The Tomb Kings roster is very small, so is the Vampire Coast. And other DLCs have been getting DLCs. Like Wood Elves and Beastmen recently got DLCs on top of their DLC. Ogres just got a DLC, and they're a DLC. So, yeah. That's what I expect, but we'll see. So far, they've announced Slaanesh, and I guess Slaanesh, High Elves, Dark Elves. Gotrek's going Tzeentch and Bretonnia. Ew. Is Blocker Human Boy and his wife? Yeah, that was actually some friends in the clan I'm in, NC, pitched together some money with my admin team in our Discord server, too, and they had a wood carving done of this image, and then they gave me the image, too. Do you think Nagash will ever be playable? He's kind of broken as hell. Yeah, they could, because there's certain stuff in this game that they just price, like Be'lakor. Be'lakor is crazy expensive, and that's how they make him playable. All right, Tzeentch and Bretonnia for Gotrek Starbreaker. I gotta focus up here. Tzeentch and Bretonnia. Scabrinos. We'll play some Skaven. Those are 2 fine Skaven matchups. Those are fine. I've increasingly become a Skaven doubter recently, so it's rare I find 2 matchups of theirs I actually think are good. He's going Tzeentch, boys and girls. The Mad Lad's going Tzeentch. What do you think about a Chaos Dwarf unit with jetpacks? Axel, I think that'd be fun. I don't know if they're going to do that because that sounds a little crazy for the setting we're in, but it sounds fun. Chaos Dwarves are already overloaded in their roster. What? The roster is pretty small, actually. If you take out variants, right? Because it's like Chaos Dwarves, Chaos Dwarf Warriors, sorry, Chaos Dwarf Warriors, the Grey Opens, Chaos Dwarf Warriors, the Blazing Beards of Bozrok, Infernal Ironsworn with great weapons, Infernal Guard with great weapons, or whatever. Sorry, the Infernal Ironsworn only have the sword and axe thing. The axe and shield, God, that was a struggle. But yeah, like, I don't know. That I listed like 9 units, and they're all essentially just armored slow infantry that are defensive. I think their roster has a lot of single entities. They don't have a lot of variety. Is more of my deal with them.
Warp lightning. Don't touch me, Krabby Patties. Arr.
Will Skaven get another legendary lord? They need Thankful. That's about it. They could use some other units here and there, but for lords, they're just missing Thankful. The Quallinator. Big Daddy Little Quall. That's it, you need to do Skaven voiceovers for CA from now on? Oh, when I was more cringe and had less respect for myself, I did do a good amount of Skaven voice acting on stream. Since then, I've become refined. Many celebrate me for my poise.
And soon the Zinchians will burn in warp fire, and warp death, and warp globes, and warp swords, and warp poison, and warp bullets, and warp. Sir, I think you've gone a little insane. Sir, please lay off the warpstone snuff, please. I beg you. You're like a father to me. I am a father to no man. Warp dust.
And scene. That was a Grey Seer disappoints his acolyte by being addicted to warp dust. What unit would you add? Have any ideas? What, for Chaos Dwarves? What? For Chaos Dwarves, I would like one more Hobgoblin infantry. And then more elite Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders. So like Wolf Cav, but not as squishy and low tier as the ones they have. Like, I'm not complaining about the ones they have. I would just like something between that and Bull Centaur Renders, right? So I think those could be good. As for ranged units, they were missing a bomber unit, and I know some people are going to shoot me for saying that because there's a lot of bomber units getting added to the game. But I'm not talking about the Infernal Ironsworn's crazy strong grenades. I'm talking about, like, cheap bombs. Because Chaos Dwarves are kind of the black powder faction, you know? I guess them and Cathay. So it's weird that they don't have, like, a, you know, Hobgoblin bomb chuckas or something like that. So I think that could be good. And then, I don't know, they have all the single entities they could ever want. So I don't know what they need for, like, big monsters or anything like that, but yeah, I think that could be a good start. And then another Lord. Something like that. Because right now, they're lacking a lot of mid-tier stuff that's strong. They have a lot of high-tier stuff that's strong, and then they have chaff, but they don't have things that aren't an arm and a leg. So, yeah. I don't know. If you're talking about Skaven, it'd be Thankful, Storm Fiends, and then that's it for like stuff that the Skaven had in Tabletop. I would like Roger Knights, like not Packmasters, the heroes, but like, you know, Clan Molder attendants riding Rat Ogres and make them cost like 1050 or something like that. Just have slightly more HP, melee attack, and weapon strength. Just a more elite Rat Ogre type unit. And for infantry, they're pretty good. For range units, they're pretty good. So yeah, Stormfiend, Thankful, Roger Knights, and then... you could use an Eshin hero that's not the assassin. You need Ska. Ska Bloodtail will be your legendary hero, because he's Queek's companion, and he should be a legendary hero. So that'd be your hero. Yeah. I don't know. There's some stuff, but Gotrek's waiting on me, so I won't keep theorizing. I'll get on with it. All right, we're taking the buffed Teethbreakers because they got magic damage, which is good versus demons, and Tzeentch also has a lot of flying demons. So if Rattling Guns can't work in this matchup, then this unit's dead. And I know, some of our commenters here are going to be like, Human Boy's doing it again. He's taking Rattling Guns. He's just going to complain about them. He's doing it. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. But I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't keep giving Rattling Guns another chance to disappoint me. It's just who I am. Ready. Good luck. Have fun. All right, let's shoot at the chariots for a little bit. Chaos Lord of Tzeentch. I don't see where their caster is. We'll move up the front line a little bit. I'm gonna go Invisiviz. And now that it's taken hold, I'm going to start moving this way. These are just basic marauders. Not a lot of flyers for me to hit here. Bold of your chariots to assume I'm not ready for them with teeth breakers. Get them. Nothing is in your way and you're at the top of the hill. This is your time. This is your time to deal all the damage in the world. This is for you, Mom. I'm doing it. They did it. They killed a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go, chat. We did it. We did it. I'm so happy, you have no idea. All right, Roguey Rogues. Downhill charge some of these fools. Skirmishers retreat. Give everybody leadership. Predict the oncoming guys with that. Killed off this entire thing. Please hit these Centaurs, please hit these Centaurs, please hit these Centaurs. That would be huge for me right now. Hold the Centaurs there. Warp Lightning plus a Globe Throw should do a lot of damage to them. All right. Teethbreakers, go hit that skirmish cav. Globes, just go be a nuisance. Yes. Yes, we are victorious. Howling Warp Gale down.
Human Boy, why would you do that? There was no targets. You just threw Howling Warp Gale at nothing. Are you an idiot? It only hits flying units.
Yeah, I didn't bring any flying units, and my whole plan was to spam out cheap spells to keep resetting his melee attack and leadership and getting his guys to rout. So since he doesn't have any flying units, now I just cast Howling Warp Gale whenever Warp Lightning's on cooldown. And that'll be fine for me. All right, globes need to go up here. You stop those Centaurs. You keep doing that. You're all doing great. Back on your mounts, please. Back on your mounts, please. Warp Lightning Cannon to the lobby. Warp Lightning Cannon to the lobby. Your mother is here to pick you up after class. Warp Lightning Cannon to the lobby. Warp Lightning Cannon, your parents are waiting for you. They are nervous and crying. Warp Lightning Cannon, if you could please attend to our needs. Warp Lightning Cannon, if you could kill, like, that freaking hero guy that's causing me some troubles, that would be really cool. Warp Lightning Cannon.
We got the teeth breakers. Oh, we got the teeth breakers. You don't think we got no teeth breakers? Break them teeth, boys! Break them teeth!
Also, please, like, hurry up and throw or do something. That looks like it's painful. All right, we get it. We get it, Centigores. You're really cool. There we go. Please leave. Okay, so we're lining up some people. I want to get some vigor back. And I wanted to save the warp lightning cannon. It looks like I'm not able to do that, but we tried. Dong, dong, dong. Good zap zap. You have 11 models. You're fine. You're fine. Don't know why you're running away. Get back here. Attend your emperor. I need to go stand next to your mounts with the Grayseer so that you get his little leadership buffs. Dodge that if you can, lads. Okay. Rattling guns are going to shoot at single entities. Get him. Get him. Get him. No, they routed again, you... Not going to swear. Not going to use the bad words. Rattling guns! Kill him! Oh, he's taking hundreds of damage. Oh, God. We can do it! We can stop him! Oh, shit, we can't. No, we can't. We fooled ourselves. We fooled ourselves very badly. Oh, God, run. Please just run. Howling Warp Kill. I reduce your leadership. I reduce your melee attack. Ooh, 4 leadership. Ooh, 1 leadership. Please break. He broke. We win. $2,100 damage value on the Teeth Breakers. Rattling guns are OP. I've said it. I've always said it. I never stop saying it. You're all liars. Night Runners did fine. Night Runners did fine. I played like poop sometimes. Make Plague Monks unbreakable for reasons. Yes. Packmaster's a generic lord. Yes. Neutral guy. Yes. That's actually a good idea. That's a really good idea. They should add the Brood Mothers. Yes. Vermin Lords. Yep, yep, yep. What do you think of Kadai Terracotta Infantry? That would be sick. I don't know if they do that, but that'd be sick. Quick, call off the Rattling Gun intervention. They finally worked. Rattling guns are balanced. You're balanced. I feel like Rattlings just did friendly fire. More friendly fire against the SE lore accurate? Yes. Serious question. Total Warhammer 40k. Yes, when hype, not hype. What do you know? I don't know anything. I think it would be... I think it'd be hype. I think they would have to work on pathing a lot because... Yeah. Sorry, I think they'd have to work on their unit pathing a lot because 40k maps are usually going to be in like ruined cities or something. So I don't see there being a ton of maps that are just big flat squares in campaign. Multiplayer will usually filter through the maps and find like good ones for our purposes, right? But anyway, in like the campaign and stuff, there's going to be city battles or even your open fights are going to be on worlds with a lot of terrain. So if you have unit jank, it's going to be a problem. So I don't know. They might... I'm hearing more about Star Wars Total War than 40k. So I think they'd probably do Star Wars first and then go to 40k. Because I feel like Star Wars might be a Pharaoh type situation, you know? You could kind of do that game in a smaller side Total War thing. Because the Star Wars universe is big, but there's not actually that much, like, unit diversity that you'd need a whole main release game for it. They could probably just do a small one. They wouldn't say it's a small one, but we all know the difference between the big games and the small games. Do you ever take the Gracier of Plague on the bell? I know you love Stinky Boy and his Libra. I'm curious if you ever take the Plague Seer instead of him or the Ruin Seer. Not really, because when I'm doing the Ruin Seer, I'm using the global leadership buff for my team and the global leadership debuff for the enemy team most of the time. I just don't see much of a use for the Plague one. Because the matchups where I use the Gracier not to get sniped by Blue Fire of Tzeentch, Tzeentch and Demons of Chaos also have a lot of flying units you need to deal with, so I want Howling Warpgale pretty badly. Instead of Plague, where I can get some summons, I guess. But in those matchups, I never run out of infantry. The main problem is if Tzeentch can kill my important units, I will lose. Not if he gets through my front line in a weird way, because Tzeentch or the Demons of Chaos aren't great at getting through this game in front line. They're great at diving your back line, skipping your front line entirely. And then in the late game, your Clan Rat Spears are worthless. That's kind of their whole deal. So I just like the aerial control of the Ruins caster. Plus with demonic units, I mean, minus leadership and minus leadership are two really great things to have. The Plague guy only has one of them. He has one of the minus leaderships, but yeah, I just like the global debuff. Plague passive hurts enemy vigor. Is there a strat where you spell spam and ring the bell to tire out the enemy and keep your army fresh? And Raksha, usually this man just locked dwarves. Anyway, sorry. And Raksha, yeah, you can do that. You definitely can. I used to do that more, and then I kind of fell off when I feel like this is just a feeling. I have no facts. I feel like everybody is exhausted all the time, so I don't see the point in really using vigor debuff. But it used to be really strong, and nothing actually changed, so I could just be coping, you know. I'm player one. Dark Elves and Dwarves are the only bands? Okay, small map. Let's do Beastmen, Greenskins, Khorne, Ogre Kingdoms, VC. Ban you. No, we haven't played any Vampire Counts yet today. More seriously, VC, Greenskins, Khorne. Ban none. It's fine. A 20 stack system would never work in 40k unless the unit size would be dramatically increased. It's also true, biggest fan. I would not want to be the Tyranids versus the Space Marines. We have 5 units that are like aspiring champions, and you have a 20 unit slot for your various Tyranids. Well, we win. Are you working on a new tabletop game? No, I had to close down my business. I had 4 prototypes of games ready to make, like, they were playtests and stuff, they just weren't crafted and made into official products. And I released Puppet Masters, that game. And the main problem was I spent 3 years trying to sell it, going to like conventions and stuff, having booths at these things. I even went to like a couple really big ones out in like Ohio and stuff. So I was traveling around the country in between my normal job, in between streaming and YouTube stuff, and it was like just having 3 jobs, and one of them I was putting more money going into the conventions and traveling all over the country than I was making at the booth. And it kind of started to get to the point where I was breaking even, but I was never making money. So it's like, all right, would I rather be doing this, or would I rather stream 1 or 2 more days a week? Or would I rather work some overtime at work? Would I rather just be home with my wife? So it was just kind of like, yeah. And I was burning a lot of PTO too. Not a ton, but a lot of PTO that it's like, well, all right, if I'm going to travel somewhere, I could travel with grace and have some fun, or I could travel for quote unquote more work. So, yeah, we ended up shutting down. Fortunately, I still have 38 copies behind me, but the rest we donated to charity. So out in the United States somewhere are about 1,100 copies of my board game in charities and about 800 in people's homes. They're out there. Olaf's going Grand Cathay, ban Khorne. Oh, crap. Grand Cathay. All right, Vampire Counts. There's something I want to try. This might just be a cursed matchup, though. We'll see. But I want to try it. I have a theory. A game theory. Puppet Master's still on Tabletop Simulator? Hell yeah, it is, dude. You know it is, son. This guy knows it is. This guy knows it is. Will right there. He knows that it's on Tabletop Simulator. Mortis engine. Where is Krell? Where is Krell? Actually, a really good question. Where is Krell? You guys, I can't find Krell. You guys, I can't find him. Krell. I'm having a cringe day. I'm very sorry. I don't know why. I can't stop. Have you watched more Warpstone on YouTube? The guy who makes multiplayer campaign? I have not. Is he good? Cops cat. Awake, my minions. Krell's on his union break? That's not allowed, dude. Can't be doing that. They're great. Latest fitted like 500K. Axel, I'm joking. This is a joke. Before I say something that might hurt your feelings, this is a joke. Axel, are you just joining here to tell me about other YouTubers that are doing better than me? Because that's kind of fucked up. You shouldn't do that. Again, that's a joke. You're fine. But if that is what you're doing, stop it. Leave me alone. Okay. So I think I could see some issue with this. I want to try this, even though this might be cursed, because I might learn something from it that's interesting. I'm worried he's gonna go with 2 Skyjunk spam over like a box. So he'll have 2 Skyjunks, and then like I can't take him down unless I have like a Terrorgeist. But I don't know if he would do that, because you could have a Dragon Lord, you could have Vargeist, you could have these things. Now, if he has Iron Hail Gunners on the ground to defend them, then maybe his plan is just defend the Skyjunks with your Iron Hails, and the Skyjunks will defend your Iron Hails from infantry or something, but I don't know, we'll see. Do you ever take skeletons when zombies exist? I don't really, but I know some better Vampire Counts players will take skeletons versus like Skaven, because you just can only have 5 zombies and they want like 11 cheap infantry to be a nuisance. But yeah, you definitely don't. You take skeletons only after you've already taken 5 zombies, and for some reason you want more garbage. That's about it. All right, his troop count is a little higher than I expected. Don't know what that's about. Turn's last stream is shitting on yours. Damn, dude. No. Here's my jealous thing. You want to hear my jealous thing of like watching Turin exist and then just being like, really? All right, okay. That man can cast single faction domination tournaments for like years And I miss the Eternal Challenger League, his old version of like playoffs and tryhard stuff back in the day. I miss that stuff. He's been casting single faction tournaments for a really long time, and then he finally came out with this like pick 6 system, and then usually still single faction tournaments. So he's doing all these single faction tournaments and stuff. And I swear, if I cast too many new player events in a row, people in my chat start being like, man, Human Boy's washed up. Human Boy's got a lot of ideas and all this stuff. And I'm like, you guys all shit your pants laughing for how much you love Turin single faction tournaments. But if I do the same thing 3 times in a row, all of a sudden everybody's on my shit. So sometimes I watch Turin and he's like, I'm going to play another single faction tournament because it's what I want to do. And his chat's like, yeah, Turin, you do what you want to do. And I'm like, damn, my chat is not about that life. My chat's like, you need to think of new things constantly or you're a piece of garbage. It's funny. That's funny. Maybe I should just start running single faction tournaments. Nah. More seriously, Tequila Sunset and Tactical Lich already do stuff like that, so there's already content creators in the land battle / conquest space that are doing that stuff, so I just don't want to do the same content as other people. But watching Turin do his single faction tournaments, I do sometimes go, must be nice. Must be nice. That has a fan base that just blindly supports you. Well, I'm stuck with you. You degenerates out there. All right. Memes and for some reason being hostile towards my own chat aside, we're trying to Cairn Wraith rush. So the Cairn Wraiths, I have had some sex with them recently, apparently. No, success with them recently. The only problem is gonna be dealing with these poo-poo lancers, but I'll throw some stuff into these guys. Everything's just a peasant archer, though. That's kind of yucky. Oh, okay. GG. I forgot his, I forgot the War Drum ROR can just give your whole army magic attacks. Yeah. Okay, that's not gonna work. If his whole front line can just have magic attacks, we saw how quickly they just deleted these guys. His archers could too. Single Lord tournament niche is open. If you want to go beyond that, single unit tournaments too, Curio. I have thought about the single Lord thing. That does sound fun. I'm just I'm personally busy right now. And, sorry, Sully, you kind of stepped in it. My cat is probably dying right now, which is why I haven't been streaming as much. I posted about it on Discord if anybody cares. But, like, yeah, I haven't been streaming as much because I had my birthday in March. Then I was sick. And then this last week that just happened and the week coming up, I was actually planning on having 3 or 4 streams a week to kind of be like, all right, I'm back. I know I haven't been around kind of thing. And then my cat's health just really went to shit very quickly. So now it's like, I don't know how much I'll be able to stream the next week. Anyway, as for that quick surrender, I literally forgot that this unit existed. The ROR drum. And he can use Fury of Fallen Blades and just give everything magic attacks. So then my whole plan wasn't going to work. Yeah. Single factions are fun, but if you did all Gladiator all the time, I'm pretty sure you'd break YouTube servers with viewers. Your optimism is infectious, Will. Yeah. So, that was GG. I'm just typing to Olaf. I'm like, why would you bring that, you bastard? All right, I'm gonna take an all ghost front line because they have armor piercing, and then I brought Van Hill's Dan's Macabre to give them more melee attack, and I had corpse carts, so I was gonna give them a lot more melee attack, and they cause terror. So they were going to get through his Jade Warrior frontline pretty quickly, was the idea. And then I just penetrate his backline and take out the blob. But I didn't think he would just turn on magic attacks for everything. But that's worked for me against Skaven and Dwarves. So I was like, maybe it'll work here too. And he's just like, magic attacks, go! Yeah, it was funny. That was funny. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, never mind. Because it's not just his front line. All of his peasant archers got magic attacks too. That was messed up. Lizardmen, Chaos Dwarves, Wood Elves, ban Ogre Kingdoms. Okay. So we're down 1-0 in a best of 3. Lizardmen, Chaos Dwarves, or Wood Elves on the chill flow. I've been meaning to play more Empire, so I'll go Emp. Ban none. We had one Empire game today, and we played it really poorly, so this will be our revenge. We'll play better this time. I will say Turin does get new content every so often in the form of new maps. Yeah. Do you have to say I found it quite impressive how you can whip up narrative introductions to your Gladiator battles on spot. Oh, I love Gladiator. I think it's very fun. Leonor, yeah. My Mukau would not be a good Kemrian War Sphinx. He's far too indecisive. You tell him to charge and he would stop and sit and look and then kind of walk over and then stop and then charge, but it'd be tough. How much in today's video? Hex Wraiths or D tier? How much 5 minutes ago? Brings 5 Karen Wraiths. Hey, Hex Wraiths are not Karen Wraiths. But fair. Empire Chorfs. I will play this better than game 1. I will. By my will, this has been finished. Oh. You should do Gladiator with the World War I German mod. What does that mean? What is it? I don't even know what that is. I know not of this World War I mod you speak of. Lore of Metal. I was gonna take Volkmar for the meme, but no. No. I can't justify it. He's 2,300 gold with the kid I'd want to bring. That's frankly too much. I cannot countenance such a thing. Medieval 2 tournament niche is up for grabs. Is that even a thing? People still play Medieval 2? I don't think they do. I don't know why the Jurassic Park theme is happening, but it is happening and you're gonna have to get over it. Local peasants realize they can punch and stab ghosts, causing them to yell boo and run away. More at 11. Take that, ghosts. I want to take Demigryph Knights, but then I need to take a Life Wizard. I already have Geld. I don't know if I want a Life Wizard, you guys. Take some of that. Have a little bit gold. Just a little bit of gold. goes a long way. When you're thinking about gold, you don't think it's very useful. Then you go, oh wait, it's gold. Gold is super useful, like all the time. Don't know why I thought gold wasn't the best shit alive. And now I have gold, so much gold. Look at that gold, it is so goldy gold. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine about what that was about. Lore of metal. Lore of eat my balls. I need more state troops. I need more right proper gits. How do we get there? Gelt, I'm sorry, you might not get Quicksilver. You might have to go on foot. But sir, I don't want to. Sir, please, you don't mean that. You can't put me on foot, sir. The other kids, they're so mean to me. Reichsgard. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. Hochland. How are them Lorand videos cooking? I think they're great. They're good. They're good. I just need to read more books. I'm currently reading the Witcher books, and I was going to take a break and just like read non-Warhammer lore and read a book that's not for a video. Because when I'm reading books for videos, I take notes as I read, so it's not as chill as reading for enjoyment. Yeah, it's not as chill as reading for enjoyment. But I ran into some things in the Witcher books that I want to make a video about, even though it's not Warhammer lore. I just need to. There's some pretty cooked stuff in the Witcher books. Like here's one of the things, and I'm not kidding about this. So there's this guy that travels with Geralt, and in the show, he's in the show, I think, but I don't know if he's the same character as the books. But it's the black winged helmed Nilfgaardian knight that kidnapped Ciri and Sintra when the city burned to the ground. So he kidnapped Ciri when the Nilfgaardian army was raiding, and then she escapes from him during her flight. And because he failed to bring her back to Nilfgaard, the Emperor ordered him killed, so then he flees. Geralt runs into him. He knows who he is, but he's like, I don't want to kill an unarmed man, otherwise I would murder the shit out of you right now, so just get out of my sight. And the guy doesn't want to. So he travels with Geralt, yada, yada, yada. And they travel together for 3 books. He's a part of the entourage, and Geralt hates him this whole time. And, like, yeah, Geralt hates him this whole time. And one time they're sitting around a fire after they've fought multiple battles side by side, and Geralt's like, hey, listen, Kahir, which is his name. Kahir, I've been a jerk to you. I realize you were just in the military and like you had orders to capture her. It could have been literally anybody. You didn't wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm gonna capture Geralt of Rivia's daughter, and that'll be chill. So I've treated you pretty harshly, and I know you want to rescue her because you've been traveling with me all this way to rescue her. So we're good now. And Kahir goes, hey, thanks, man. And yeah. And then you have here's a trigger warning. You have like 5 seconds to turn this off if you're not going to get triggered, or if for some reason you're playing this out louder on people you don't want to hear swear words or triggering content. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So then while they're sitting around the fire, like literally Geralt just said, for the first time in my entire life, I don't want to kill you. Kahir goes, hey Geralt, can I tell you something? And Geralt goes, yeah. And he goes, you know how Ciri was 11 when I kidnapped her? And she was on my horse's back for like maybe 10 minutes before she escaped? Geralt goes, yeah. He goes, I fell madly in love with her in that moment. Geralt, I want to fuck your 11-year-old daughter. And Geralt's like, yeah, that's chill. And he goes, I've been having dreams about her all the time, usually where we have sex. And he's like, I get it. And I'm like, what do you mean you get it? What is happening? You've wanted to kill this guy for months. And he just goes, oh, hey, girl, I want to fuck your daughter. And you're like, yeah, me too. What's this me too energy going on here where he's like, yeah, bro, I get it. You get what? What do you mean you get it? Define exactly what part you get, Geralt. Is it the wanting to fuck Ciri part? Because that's problematic. Or is it kidnapping? Is it that kidnapping an 11-year-old is an aphrodisiac? Is that the normal part? Or stalking an 11-year-old across an entire kingdom to with her dad? You're traveling with her dad to go fuck her. Like, what is happening? And Geralt's just fine with it. It's so messed up. It's just reading things like that. I'm like, I wasn't reading this for a video, but I gotta make a video about this now because I'm mad. It was better than Netflix stuff. I saw 2 seasons of the Netflix stuff and then I fell off. I didn't fall off because I thought it was bad or anything. I just fell behind. Witcher lore is fun, but that is the thing. I don't want to just shit on the books. The books are really good, except for Geralt and Ciri. I specifically think the Geralt and Ciri plotlines are horrible and boring as hell, but I think the overall books are pretty fun. The lore they build is nice. The world they build is very unique and very fun. So there's a lot to like about the Witcher books, but there's some funny anecdotes, because that's a funny anecdote. That doesn't ruin the whole book. It's just one thing where you're like, bro, what? But 1 or 2 bro what moments doesn't mean like these books are terrible and you should never read them. It's just kind of like funny. So anyway, there. I disclose those because after the funny anecdote, some people who like the books might be like, well, the books aren't all like that. Like that's just one part, and that's true. Very true. All right, for this game actually in front of us, his infernal castellans are poking at Balthazar Schmelt. We do have some people moving in on the sides. I'm gonna send my extra resources over here. Sorry, I went quiet for a second. I had a lot to process. As Gelt's doing his best to dodge this back and forth for a little bit.
Ready! Oryx, fire! Yes, my lord. Awaiting orders.
All right. Cannon turn that way. We got some problems over here. Got some problems up there. Gelt's still taking a lot of damage. I need to get out of those Castellans' range. You can turn and fire over here. Hawk and Long Rifle still punishing the Castellans a little bit. Predictive on that. Alright, Gelt's out of the way. Rear charge that over there. We are about to get flanked by some bull centaurs, which is problematic. And as I'm relearning how to play the Empire, because as I mentioned at the start of stream, I haven't gotten to play them a lot recently, I feel like I'm going too hard into ranged. I've noticed that. I'm going too hard into range, and I'm relying too much on the Empire's heavy cav to be able to peel infinitely for me, which just isn't the case. Like, as we saw in the Skaven game, the globes pretty quickly messed my shit up. And then in this game now, just mass infantry is getting through my front lines, which is pretty problematic. So now my infantry are routing in every direction. I still have some ranged units, but the ranged units just aren't enough here to win this game. So I think I need to reduce the amount of ranged units I keep taking as the Empire and focus on a more front line, less on like I know I'm kind of rambling because I'm trying to play a game while also explaining what I'm noticing go wrong in this game. And it's like, my front line isn't enough to hold them back, and then I overvalue how much Empire Knights and Knights of the Blazing Sun and Reiksguard and all that stuff, how much they can hold the flanks down, because they can't actually hold it that well. So then my mass amount of range units just don't have enough time to shoot, and they honestly don't get that much damage out anyway. Like, the Hammer of the Witches is doing horribly bad, even though it's been firing at Bull Centaur Renders and then the Source of Prophet of Fire all game. So it's been firing at good targets, but I think there's a reason that artillery in general isn't very meta, and I think I need to just accept that, because the Hammer of the Witches, the Warp Lightning Cannon earlier just didn't do too much. So stop taking artillery. Stop taking so many guns that I can't defend them, and then relying on Empire Knights to hold forever. Because if I don't take the Hammer of the Witches, which I suppose, but in this matchup it's hard not to take the Hammer of the Witches. Because what if they go with trains? I don't know. But anyway, if you cut that, you have 1,100 more gold. We cut these. Let's get our 4th Empire Knight. Could get some great swords. That could be good at helping hold the front line and actually killing a lot of these Chaos Dwarf units. And then I still have 900 more gold. Oof. Yeah, without the Hammer of the Witches, and then downgrading some of our cav, because Knights of Black Rose are still going to get wrecked. Reiksguard still get wrecked by the Bull Centaurs, so I'm paying more money to still lose the flanks. Get a better front line, and then could get another cav piece if I downgrade something somewhere. Or, yeah, sorry, another Hawk and Long Rifle. Handgunners were okay. They were just a little too short range. So could go 3 Hawk and Long Rifles, and then either a Reiksguard for a 5th thing, or grab 2 Halberdiers to put on the flanks instead of more Knights. Something like that. But I think I overinvest in mobility to defend the ranged. GG. Bobby, that's fair, but the only time he met this girl was when she was 11, and he says he's madly in love with her. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much benefit of the doubt I'm going to give the guy. All right, Olaf just wants to play a game 3 anyway. I'm down. I'll play Emp again. You can play whatever. Trying to relearn them. The worst thing about that is that Geralt's not even the main character. Ciri's the main character according to the author. Oh, and yeah, dude, I mean, it's going to be the whole video talking about it, but like, this isn't as much a plot hole or like a flaw, like, objectively. It may just be me as a reader, but I just don't like Ciri in the books. She sucks. She's just a jerk. Like, she becomes a bandit and starts doing a bunch of cocaine and having a bunch of sex, which is whatever, if that's what you want to do. But then she also murders innocents. And there was this one scene in the book where I could be misreading it, or it could be a translation issue, but there were these raiders that were trying to capture her. So she breaks into this bar and murders them all. And they were like abusing the bar waitresses, and there was an old beggar that was like starving. So Ciri looks around the room at the waitresses and the beggar, and she's like, you know, I saved you or whatever. And the waitresses and the beggar are like, oh no, like Nilfgaard's gonna come here and they're gonna see all these dead people and they're gonna blame us. Nilfgaard's gonna come for us. Oh crap. And Ciri feels a little bad. And then she just murders them too because she felt bad. I don't know. It was weird. And I could be losing that in translation because the original's in Polish. But like, where I'm getting that is the literal line says, sorry, he asked me to switch maps. Anyway, the literal line is, the beggar is mumbling about some prophecy, and he's like, anyone who meets you tonight will meet death. And then she looms over him and says, yeah, old man, I guess you're right. And like, it just cuts off. And I don't know. I read that as then she killed them because she rides off with like more blood on her. And I don't know. It's weird. And like, that's not the only time she's killed innocents either. It's not like, whoa, that's crazy out of character. How could you read into it like that? I read into it like that because she's been killing an awful lot of innocent people. So when she tells a random innocent person that anyone who meets me tonight will die, she could mean Nilfgaard is going to finish them off later. But I don't think that's what she meant. So I don't know. Ciri just kind of sucks in the books. Like, she's just the worst. You're from Poland. I read the series. I can't remember anything weird like that. I bet it's translation issues. Celester, it could be. Very well could be. Mr. Streamer, I got time for one game if you up for a chiller no items game. Oh, you're talking about, you know, Final Destination stuff. Yeah, yeah. What series is this? I'm guessing The Witcher? Yeah, it's The Witcher. I think he's going High Elves, but I'm not sure. Which book was that? I'm Polish too. It's the 4th book, 2/3 of the way through. It's when Ciri leaves the hermit in the swamp, and she goes to kill the Nilfgaardians that are waiting for her to leave the swamp. Yeah, Prime, I got the meme. I got the meme. Fox Final Destination, no items. Dude, I only play Smash with no items. Smash with items makes me upset. My Donkey Kong. High Elves Empire, huh? Oh, very well. The Jade Griffin.
It can't be. You can't possibly be using Volkmar the Grim.
But I am. Oh, but I am using Volkmar the Grim. Grim Warden. That's a different guy. That's a different guy. Bail out. Abandon ship. Which character was that about? Which character was what about? Ciri is the one that murdered some people. Listen, Ciri's the one that's murdering people out here, not me. I thought DK mains were a myth? Nah, dude. I played the Kong. I didn't say I played him well. I didn't say I got a lot of wins, but I do play Donkey Kong. The beggar was talking about Stefan's men killing, not Nilfgaard. Yeah. It was just weird. It was just weird. But she had objectively killed civilians when she was with the rats. That gang she was a part of. She had killed and robbed civilians then. She had talked about it. Or like people with pretty minor crimes. And she also told the old man to go fuck himself. Which really upset me because he had done so much for her. And she was just like,
you understand, old man? Books are for losers. Violence is the only way.
I don't know. I just don't like Ciri. But there could be translation issues. And also, how I was going to start the video is saying, like, I came in with a lot of bias from playing the game and watching a bit of the show. So I had my own idea of who these characters were, and then they're very different than the books. So it's like, you know, is that the game and the show's fault for not doing what was in the books correctly, right? Could be that instead of, like, the books are bad, but I don't know. I thought I'd just make a funny video. I do like the world building, and that's the thing. Here's where I'll get positive, is I really like the world building. I like the war. I like the way politics are done in the books. I like a lot of those things. It's just when it gets back to Geralt or Ciri, I usually roll my eyes. I'm like, all right, let's just get this over with. Because I think the rest of the book without those two is pretty good. I just have an awkward amount of gold. I have like 225 gold, which is too much to put on Chevron, so I need to sell something and get something better, but I'm not sure what I'm going to get. Apologies for the delay. Whatever. This is fine enough for this thing. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Did you like it? I only watched up till season 2. Hey, same, Prime. As far as I got. Violence is the only solution, not a problem. I feel like I've come at the wrong time. Oh, I'm just talking about the Witcher books while loading up the game. The other thing that really struck me the wrong way, and it's not like, it's not a flaw. Well, in the book, it could be like a flaw in the character, and you could be like, yeah, characters suck. But like, it rubbed me the wrong way when Ciri was at the Isle of Thanid, and she's running for her life, and Yennefer splits off to stop some mages from following them. So Yennefer sacrifices herself. For all Ciri knows, Yennefer died to get her and Geralt some space. And then Geralt has to fight Vilgefortz, who's this very powerful mage. And he has to 1v1 him, and he says, Ciri, get inside this tower. And then Ciri hears a fight. And then Vilgefortz comes through the door, and Geralt's unconscious outside. Geralt's unconscious outside and did all he could. And she runs up the stairs, gets into a portal, flies through the portal, and ends up in a desert. And when she lands in that desert, she pretty much immediately starts going, why did Geralt and Yennefer abandon me? Why did they abandon me? They shouldn't abandon me. And I'm like, girl, they died defending you. They didn't abandon you. And I know, she's a kid and all that stuff, but just reading it made me want to like throw the book at the wall, as I'm tired of hearing of this lady complain because she's lost in the desert when Geralt and Yennefer died, as far as she knows, to defend her, and she never forgives them. She starts having dreams later on, like months later, she starts having dreams that they are alive, and she like has this thing, and maybe I'm misreading in translation, but she pulls her boots on and she's like, I feel like I gotta go save Yennefer and Geralt, I guess, even though they didn't come to save me. And I'm like, you are just the worst! You're just the worst! They did everything they could! Geralt has been trying to get to you for like the last month. He's trying to get past an entire Nilfgaardian army to get over the river to you. Yennefer has been dead a couple times and brought back to life by like magic things that I'm not gonna go into, and I'm shorthanding, but like, and her visions show her that they're in trouble as they're trying to get to her. And Ciri has this whole attitude of like, oh, fine. If I have to go do stuff, I will, even though they abandoned me. Ugh, she is insufferable. I just hate her, dude. I just hate her. As a character. And I'm not saying she's written poorly. Like, I unfortunately know real people in real life that do that kind of stuff. I just don't like them. So when I don't like them, I don't like reading about them either. I'm not gonna be like, man, in real life I hate those people, but reading about them in a book, all of a sudden I'm on their side. Yeah, they're great now. Necromancer with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, sir. It's been a while, though I haven't been live streaming as much. And you are usually very, very generous on the live stream, so I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, doing great. Dragon Princes, Silver Helms, and Dragon Princes. Let's go. Let's do this. So we took some Outriders. Got to stay out of range on those Lothern Sea Guard. Okay. I don't know why these guys pulled back. Did I accidentally grab them instead of the guys I meant to? Looks like I did, because now those guys are getting attacked. Volky Volk and the Beastie Bunch. Gonna throw out some Soulfire Bombardment. Let's get Melkoths going for those Dragon Princes? You aren't the Dragon Princes, you are. Dragon Princes. Alright, Volkmar's trying to get in there. Throw out a quick banishment over here. And then I had an Outrider I backed off a little too far. But I really didn't want to get shot. Okay, so these Outriders doing really good against the Dragon Princes, who are getting a regrowth at the moment and still getting kind of clowned on. Our Knights are having a hard time getting into the back line, though. More Dragon Princes moving up here. I'll fall back and deal with that. These Outriders are going to go shoot Silver Helms. I really want to go stop those Lothern Sea Guard. Let's kite back away from these guys. Y'all are doing pretty great. Move our Outriders up and shoot at Dragon Lady. And yeah, this strategy of using a lot more state troops is going pretty well for me so far. Ooh, those are Dragon Princes. Can my Empire Knights keep up with them? No, not really. Okay. Then it is what it is. You guys need to keep falling back. Okay, we can go shoot at that. As long as the Lothern Sea Guard are kept under wraps, then that's fine. Are you Dragon Princes? Yes, you are. Alright, so this guy's doing great. Dragon Princes are coming in for the rear charge, but it is what it is. So our basic Outriders are doing some shooty shoots. You guys countercharge that. The basic Outriders continue to shooty shoots. They really want to kill Volkmar, but we'll see. I mean, he is tanky. He's kind of supposed to do this. So they're just wasting a lot of time on him, hopefully. I mean, we'll see if they're wasting their time, if they kill him. Push back those Lothern Sea Guard. They're really the only threat there. These Outriders close in. I need to kite away. Alright, Outriders need to go two different directions. Volkmar is trying to get away from the Dragon Lady, but it's not going great. You guys are back. Okay. I thought we kited away enough, but we didn't kite away enough. Big old banishment back on that massive pileup of troops. And our Outriders are doing their best. We'll rear charge these Silver Helms. Grand Shield of Faith. Back this up. Melkoth's another Silver Helm. As Volkmar tries to run for his little Volky life. I'm trying to have these Outriders fire while moving after this, but I don't know if they are shooting while moving. Okay, they're getting a couple shots off, just not a ton. As Volkmar continues to try and kite around, we're getting some troops back here. Oh, there's some horses over here I just can't see because their unit flag isn't with them. Got it. Duck under her so she dives over me. No, she lands directly on me. Got it. So Volkmar's doing his best. Outriders trying to get these Silver Helms off the damn map. There they go. So they take themselves out. Volkmar's still very low. Trying to get away, but I can't quite do it. As more regrowths for the Dragon Princes. Volkmar's still trying to get away, but he can't quite do it. Yeah, he can't move at all. He just got fucking netted. Volkmar was decently tanky, I guess, but I don't know. He just takes too much to move around. He can't get anywhere. He just gets stuck on everything all the time. He does no damage. This doesn't feel like he does. I guess his banishments did fine. He himself does no damage. Outriders did okay, but yeah, I think Volkmar still kind of sucks. I'm sorry. How old is she meant to be at this time? She is 16. Yeah. Do you like the Luminarch on the Empire roster? It's fine. Yeah, it's pretty fine. I liked that build for the most part. Great swords were doing okay. I liked the massive state troops. I'm running into this problem though with relearning Empire. It just feels like you never quite have enough. you could do Toddy. Hold the line, crush the weak. That's it. Could do Toddy. And then he's more mobile than Volky. Could do that. Could do Elspeth. Barded Warhorse. Death Timekeeper's fine. Get rid of that. Keep that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then Spirit Leech, Fate of Bina. You have 1,100 more gold to get other stuff. Good. I liked the Outriders. Those were pretty good. Got the bit in the book. It's like the 10th chapter. It's in the 5th book, 10th chapter at the end. I thought it was in the 4th book, Tower of Swallows. That's the one I'm on. I'm not on the 5th book yet. The Lady of the Lake. I haven't started that. Outriders do great against big cat and dragons. Yeah, they were doing solid. They were doing solid. The main part was just like Volkmar getting stuck a lot. It was pretty problematic. Olaf. All right, Olaf, get out of here. I have time for one more series. I got Bonya Roja. Last series today, then I gotta get going. Volkmar just did nothing. Yeah, his bound banishments were fine, but he himself didn't do very much. Soulfire Bombardment didn't do that much damage. And then he was just kind of tanky. Getting a couple banishments on big old high elf blobs will always be solid. Knight's Run. Ew. Ew. I finished Remnant 2. That was a pretty solid game. I was playing it with some friends, but they burned out on it faster than I did, so I did a bit of a solo run for a while. That was alright. I did have this kind of funny experience, though, where I had this really OP crafted build, in my opinion, where I could get, like, 92% damage resistance for about 45 seconds. But I also had a lot of vamp from melee attacks, so if I meleeed something, I'd just heal a bunch and I wouldn't take any damage. And then, if I died once, my guy would get back up at full HP on a 5-minute cooldown. So I was pretty damn hard to kill. And that was a build I was running with my friends because I was our tank. So then when I was doing my solo, I was playing Gunslinger and a bunch of other more fun classes. But whenever I ran into a boss that was giving me actual problems, I would just go put on the tank gear and beat his ass. It was pretty funny. Ah, I can defeat you anyway, mortal. Especially that Eternal King guy, the Elven King, that was really obnoxious and all of his voice lines were really pretentious. And then I just like turned into this absolute tank and fist fought him into the ground. I was just like, take this, you stupid asshole. Bam, bam. That was great. I had to check my phone. I am player 1. Oh. Let's do Chaos Dwarves. I'm losing a lot on Empire. Let's try and end on some wins. So Chaos Dwarves, Greenskins, Ogre Kingdoms. Ban nothing. You get the feeling she just leaves him, gets out. All right. I'll allow it. Pick Demons of Chaos, ban Chaos Dwarves. Demons of Chaos versus either Ogres or Greenskins. I can do Greenies. Sure. Ogres are very strong. People see them all the time. We'll run some Greens. Greenskins. The wall. The wall. The wall. Mommy, he just keeps screaming about the wall. It's okay, just ignore it and he'll stop. It'll be okay. Stop screaming about the wall. I'm sure Hummus just makes stuff up about things and people he dislikes. Hey, I admitted that it's left ambiguous. She could have left them on their own. The way she phrased it was rather ominous. She being Siri. That was pretty freaking ominous, brother. What are we doing? What are we doing? Demons of Chaos, Greenskins, huh? No, not the wall. The wall. You know what it is. You know the wall. Bum, 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 bum. And then what if we grab this? Not that, not that, never that. Maybe this, maybe these. Yes, those are good. Nice. Oh, I don't know what to do for other units, you guys. I don't know. Grab some of those. They're Demons of Chaos. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I have more money than I know what to do with. It's not typical. The acid burper. Sure. Hummus is fighting the Australians. Why am I fighting the Australians? What did I do? I don't understand. Catch your opponents off guard by breaking out of the checkerboard. We ain't checkerboarding. The Warhammer Australians? I thought these are the Demons of Chaos. Vertical cliff, that's true. Other people do have different preferences, and we respect those preferences. Local fungi screaming about war. Engage in some fisticuffs with Hellspawn for fun. More at 11. There's always more at 11. 11's going to be an action-packed hour for your news, Michael Hobson. Sorry, Vertical Cliff. I delayed you. Enemy troop count is only 633. You love to see it. You love to see such a small troop count. We have some Orc Biggins in around here. Orc Biggins, Orc Biggins, Orc Biggins. With a unit count that low, I think he just has a Nurgling front line, so honestly, Goblins can handle Nurglings. We'll just tighten this up and have Goblins deal with it, and then we have Orc Biggins to help deal with Fiends and Seekers and all that garbage. 5 Archers, Orc Auror Boys, Ruglin's Armored Orcs. So they'll do their jobs as Orc Biggins support them. We have Wurzag, we have the Acid Burper, and Orc Boar Biggins. With a whole bunch of Goblin Wolf Cav to counter Seekers. And you might be like, Goblin Wolf Cav counter Seekers? What are you on? I'm high on life, brother. Because Goblin Wolf Cav do well against Seekers, especially if you 2v1 the Seekers. The Seekers don't want to trade with that. And if you give Wurzag using Fists of Gork and Here We Go or Wah to help, then those Seekers have an even worse time. Oh, they went on a Wah to get revenge. Oh, okay, got it. I am fighting the Australians, it's true. Okay, you guys, all of you, and all of you. Honestly, just combine these two groups. Holy crap, it's a Slaanesh caster. I am shocked. Oh my gosh, it's Seekers of Slaanesh. I am shocked. Consider me the shockiest boy. Alright, all my archers, shoot that one. Oh, okay, those aren't Seekers yet. Those are Furies. Got it. Those are Seekers. Where's my other Wolf Rider? There you are. Alright, that's just a big old pile. We almost got the Exalted Keeper's secrets already. Warboy Biggins need to charge forward. Archer's still trying to deal with that. They're about to all get rampage, but maybe they'll just rampage into things. Almost got that Exalted Keeper. How are you still alive? Oh, there's our wall. I don't know if I've been sitting on that for a while and I just didn't get the audio cue or what was going on there, but didn't know I had it. Acid Burpa's rampaging. Still trying to shoot that lady with the last bit I need to kill her off. Alright, I guess she just gets to live with no HP. Appears to be what we're doing now. As my archers can't quite finish it off. Can't click on that unit. The hell? There we go. Where's that? Get back to the Acid Burpa. You guys keep doing that. You're doing fine. Warboy Biggins. Try and charge the Chaos Furies of Khorne. Just give them a bunch of melee stuff. Alright, so we have Furies all over the map coming back. God, I wish I could click on that. There we go. More stuff's fading. More stuff's fading. And Seekers are gonna go charge my biggins. How are those Furies still alive? Don't really know. I don't even know what this unit is that's back, but it's apparently back. Those Furies finally faded away. Ruglin's armored boys are back. You guys are back. Everybody's doing their best. I'm gonna give the Acid Burpa a little extra stats. All right, pin cushion and shoot him with archers. And that should finish it off. Because the pin cushion part also has damage, something that a lot of people forget. Holy shit, this unbreakable Seeker and this unbreakable lady. It says we're ahead on the balance of power. I'm not as sure about that, as the Acid Burpa is doing its best. Chaos Furies land in a whole pile of stank. Seekers are fading away, but now I have Fiends chasing me down. I don't really want Wurzag to stay in that, so I'm going to retreat briefly. How are you doing? You're doing your best. I can't get Wurzag past one Fiend model. Boys netted on one Fiend. Pit of Shades coming in. That'll kill my guys, but it also should do a lot of damage to those Furies. We'll see how that goes in the aggregate. Other Fiends are back. That Keeper of Secrets is so low, but I wasn't able to finish it off. And now these Furies, 0 leadership. Are you kidding me? Just route. Just route. 3 leadership. As they're getting recharged by Wurzag. Oh, now you're up to 45. You went from 0 to 45. That feels legit. I'm up 2,000 damage value, and we're losing. All right, I don't know how those Furies survived all that. 0 leadership getting recharged by Wurzag to get back into the sky somehow. Yeah, I don't know. So they're just hovering. Yeah, that's some BS. Well, we've probably lost at this point. There's just too much stuff. Bounce power is going against us as they just increasingly run things down. Wurzag doesn't have that kind of chops, unfortunately. And yeah, his Furies are just going to go off the ground. So this is going to take another 65 years, but yeah, he wins. It's unfortunate. I felt like that was going pretty well, and then like a bunch of stuff just didn't go my way. Like, again, similar to earlier in the stream, when the Chaos Dwarf Lord got away with 0 HP. When that lady got away with 0 HP, that cost us the game. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I'm not trying to be a salty little bitch, but like, we should have won. The fact that lady escaped with like less than 1,000 HP towards the start, like after that first net, she had 1,000 HP. Then she ran into Orc Boy Biggins, sat in that forever, was getting shot at by archers the whole time. The archers just must not have been firing, because she should have died. For how long they were standing in front of one of these Orc Aura boys. And yeah, okay, there was definitely something wrong then. Because looking at their values, that's messed up. Like, something about that's not right. I just want to see it. But you are that guy? Own it? Nah. Whenever Hummus starts winning, hey, I had some pretty chill losses. But like, look at this, look at this, look at this. So we net them. Shoot the piss out of him. Lots of damage, right? The part I'm thinking about comes up in a second. So now this guy's going to be at 2,300 HP. He charges in. He's in Orc Boar with Biggins. And I have these archers just trained on shooting that caster this whole time. And their arrows are going through the trees. They should be getting good hits in. And now look at them. They just start moving. Why are you moving? Just keep shooting. And now on the side of the range, only a couple orcs are firing. Then they turn. And no shots. And no shots. And no shots. Oh, I saw some shots over there, and no shots. This Orc Aura Boy has 543 damage value, and no shots. Oh, we got a couple little shots in. There's a couple. But yeah, that's what I meant. That Exalted Keeper Secrets should have been dead. But these Orc Aura Boys decided to T-pose through like 3 volleys worth of time, and then they get rear charged by Seekers. God fucking damn it. She should have died. Ah! I'm so mad. If those Orc Aura Boys had killed her, we would have won the whole game. Because I put them in perfect position. They were just standing there shooting at a target way larger than the stuff that it was fighting. They didn't say they were obstructed, but clearly something was wrong with them. I get it. But like, they didn't say they were obstructed. They wouldn't fire. And that lady got out of there with less than 1,000 HP in the end. And then ended up just chasing us around. No, I'm mad right now, but that doesn't mean I've never been chill. I've had plenty of chill losses. We lost to Olaf the Moose, and then we were chill about that. Yeah. I'm not chill about that specific loss, because that was fucked up. Like, that was actually just fucked up. We should have won that game, and I'm so pissed. All right, something's wrong with his lobby. I'm gonna send him. Is that the in-chill part? Shush. Shagrith Strand. He goes Grand Cathay, Tzeentch, and Lizards. Oh god, I really don't want to fight Grand Cathay. I hate that faction. They're not even that OP. They're just really annoying to fight. Shagrith Strand? We could do Skaven ban Grand Cathay. Sure. Azhag is the best hag. That's fair. But I feel I proved my point. I went and watched the replay. The archers I had set up and protected to kill that guy just decided not to fire at a crazy low HP Lord. And with that Lord dead, we would have won the game. I feel pretty justified in being mad about that. All right, we have Tzeentch versus Skaven. I'll be pretty upset if I end up 0-2 in this set from that, because fuck, that should have been a win. All right, Tzeentch Skaven. Played this earlier today. This is a little different map, but I might cut the Warp Lightning Cannon. I really didn't see it doing too much there, unfortunately. It just didn't shoot it much. And even if he goes like Kairos or something, it's gonna miss. Fire at Will Bug is fixed for... Dude, I don't know what the Fire at Will Bug is specifically, but that one, he had direct orders to shoot the giant lady in front of him, and he was like, I couldn't possibly. I just can't manage it, sir. Tilted. We tilting out here for real, no cap. On gosh. Too intimidating, yeah. It's just frustrating to lose like that, where it's like, if they had fired off 1.5 more volleys instead of standing around being dumb, that probably would have gotten that Keeper of Secrets low enough to finally die. Just think of it as an immersive handicap. I don't know, I get frustrated. I'm fine losing once in a while and stuff. What up? Have fun. Yeah. No. Bach will be here eventually, so. Have fun. Grace is walking the pupper. Yeah, this is my last series. It'd just be frustrating to lose. Because we lost to Segos. Because he's crazy better than us. Lost to Olaf. Tried some experimental stuff, but he is also a really good player. And then we barely clutched out a win versus someone. I don't remember who else we played in this stream. Gotrek. Clutched out a win versus Gotrek. So it'd be nice to go 2-2. And it's going to be a real bummer if we lose off that BS. I've also been trying to relearn Empire, and it's like, it feels really difficult. Because I don't like War Wagon Kite. I don't like Kite in general. But if that's what you have to do to win as Empire, then, I don't know, might have to relearn it. Heal spam, Demigriff Knights, War Wagons, Karl Franz, that stuff. So I've been trying other things and just, it don't feel good. It feels bad. Alright, frontline to Clan Rat Spears, it's pretty fine. If they go Forsaken and Spawn, then that'll get through any frontline anyway, and if they don't go with that, then Clan Rats will hold a very long time versus Tzeentch. Then we have Poison Wind Globes to punish Chaos Knights, or Blobs, or Furies, or anything really. And then we have Night Runners and Gutter Runners to punish Furies or Screamers or anything flying. Then we do have the Teeth Breakers, upgraded to now do magic damage, pretty good against all flying things, also good against Chaos Spawn or Chaos Knights if they can find it, or Kairos. Something like that, so got a lot of that. And then Rat Ogres. This specific iteration of the build is weak to a Soul Grinder because I used to have a Warp Lightning Cannon for that, but honestly you need 2 Warp Lightning Cannons to outshoot a Soul Grinder, and with a medium-sized map I was worried about taking a Warp Lightning Cannon, and then he doesn't take a Soul Grinder. There's nothing for the Warp Lightning Cannon to shoot at, and it just sucks and loses again, as it tends to. You could be like, shoot the Flying Lord. They tend to miss a lot, and then your opponent can dodge, which is good skill expression, so good for them. And then, if all that doesn't happen, your Warp Lightning Cannon also is bugged. I've reported the bug to CA. A lot of artillery suffer from it, but the Warp Lightning Cannon especially can just get stuck turning forever. Like, if something's in range, and you tell it to shoot, sometimes your Warp Lightning Cannon, for no reason, will just start, like, walking this way instead of shooting. Like, even if it's in range, it'll just turn sideways and start walking. So, yeah. I just got to give up on the Warp Lightning Cannons, but then you need something long range to deal with the Soul Grinder, so maybe I should re-pick up Jezzail's. I don't know. Ooh, he's going with Blue Horrors, and I see stuff on the map flanking me, but, Horror spam is generally not amazing versus Skaven. Alright, get the Skaven slave up there. Don't even bother with that. Turn the Rattling Guns around. Wait, are you just gonna walk into me? I have 53 more seconds of being invisible. Okay, so globes are gonna move up. Teethbreakers are chilling. Now we send the Rat Ogres sprinting into those ranged units. Because I don't see any Chaos Knights or anything my Rat Ogres really have anything to do with. So we'll keep the Night Runners and Gutter Runners here to stop Furies. But the Rat Ogres can't do too much about this. Alright, so all moving up. Still waiting on the Furies to come say hello. Now the Furies are starting to move in. Okay. With our ranged units, we're getting rid of a lot of his horrors. You use another spell to get their leadership lower, but these guys will just die. And my Night Runners all died to the Chaos Furies anyway, which I feel like that's been happening more, and I don't know why. I don't know why all of a sudden Night Runners, who used to be, and they didn't get nerfed or anything, and Furies didn't get buffed, but Night Runners and Gutter Runners used to be really good Fury counters, and now they're just like dying all the time. So I don't know what that's about, but it actually is happening a lot, and it's bothering me. I am bothered. Rattling Guns survived their trials. Rat Ogres, ignore the Lord of Change for now and just go after the ranged units, because we just need to shut down all these blue horrors and whatnot. Okay. Overcast net. Rattling Guns, fire please. And we're going to get our Night Runners directly under this guy. Get as much damage out as possible. There's a Fury summon that is really bad, so I do need to get rid of that. Sacrificing damage on the Lord of Change, but if that Fury just suicide dives my Teeth Breakers, I'm pretty boned, so I do need to take it out quickly here. And our Rattling Guns are still shooting at the flying units. Rat Ogres are still running down all these guys. These Rat Ogres can return to the fight now that that's crumbling. You guys can return to the fight now that that's crumbling. So we're doing fine against all that. There we go. Great damage onto that. I want to rotate these guys slightly. If I can keep the suppressed debuff on him, that'd be pretty cool, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. All right, Globes, you're more than happy to finish off that last one for me. Rattling Gun still shooting at the Lord of Change. I'm almost back in range, but I'm not quite. And something's down here. Okay, one Fury remains chasing off my Globes, which is whatever. Pretty fine. Okay. I see you coming over here. I'm going to overcast another net on you. We take both of our Globes and we auto path them towards the Teeth Breakers no matter what. Not Teeth Breakers, towards the Chaos Furies no matter what. Because if those Chaos Furies are coming, they're coming for my Rattling Guns, and yeah. Okay, great damage out there. Globes, please throw. Globes, please throw. Globes, please throw. Globes, please throw. Thank you. Decent damage on these guys. You can knock it off now. Casting this for the leadership debuff and a little bit more damage onto the Chaos Furies. I gotta get rid of them. That's looking like army losses. We should be fine at this point. Have a lot of Rat Ogres, have a lot of spears. Tier 3 army ability of Tzeentch. My god, he's crazy. Alright, Globes are trying to throw, but they're busy repositioning, so they'll never throw in time, but doesn't matter. Army loss is already hit. Our Teeth Breakers, OP versus Tzeentch. Not OP, but they're solid. They're solid. Flying demonic magic damage. What kind of Tzeentch build is good versus Skaven? Spawn Forsaken Rush can do okay. I think this matchup's pretty Skaven favored, unfortunately, for Tzeentch. You can build roulette it a bit by going Soul Grinder, Blue Fire, Flyer, Kite, and hope that the Skaven don't have 2 Warp Lightning Cannons. That's the only thing, really. Because if the Skaven bring 2 Warp Lightning Cannons and you don't do that build, then the Warp Lightning Cannons are useless and you can win. But if you do that build and they don't have Warp Lightning Cannons, you can just kite them out and win. Bye, Michael Hobson. All right, last map, last game of the day. Gorgazon. I need to pick 2. Gorgazon. Gorgazon. What did we play here? Skaven and Greenskins? Alright. It's time. Ogre Kingdoms and... Ogre Kingdoms and... Corn. We'll do some strong factions. We want to win. We want to go 2-2 on the day. We'll pick some strong shiz. Unless the Skaven player is playing Fortress and Brood Horrors. Nah, dude. Brood Horrors are weak to fire damage. And they have low leadership. That's just asking for the blue fire and Soul Grinders of Tzeentch to shoot you. Nah. You better play Corrin. Depends on what he picks. Depends on what he picks. We gotta win. We gotta win. He's going Nurgle. Uh-oh. Nurgle? Oh. Yeah, we can do Corn. Sure, we'll do Corn Nurgle to end the day. Either matchup's fine. Either matchup's good. Corn Nurgle. Blood for the Blood God. Skulls for his Skull Throne. Blood for the Blood God. Dead skulls for his Skull Throne. Brr. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we do. Skulls for the Skull God and skulls for the skulls and skulls. Blood for Cain! New core dogging each take was just posted to memes. What? Memes? That's a fanatic. That's a fanatic right there. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by shenanigans of the highest order. Shenanigaggles. Banana bread. Did anybody else play Spy Party, by the way, while I think about what to do with my build? Any Spy Party gamers here? That was pretty fun. Banana bread. Revel in slaughter. There's competitive Spy Party. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. There's competitive everything, but competitive Spy Party sounds crazy. I'm trying to decide if Karanak is worth an entire Minotaur or not. Because if he's going for a Kugath or something blob, Karanak just being near the blob can silence it, which is pretty strong. But what if there is no blob? Then is Karanak even any good? I could have another Minotaur. This is problematic. All right, good enough. Whatever. Send it. Final game, Nergy Nerg versus Korn. Did my best to take a build that can beat a blob, but also doesn't just... Yeah, that is the hard part is Korn. You don't want to auto-lose to a blob, so you need blob punishment tools. But then if they go wide, you don't want to be all in on the blob, so I don't know. We did our best. I think the only thing I'm not sure about is Karanak. But I did take him in case I needed to silence Kugsy Plaguefather. Ugh. Stretch. My chest hurts. It was chest and back yesterday for weightlifting. Enemy troop count is less than 500. Okay, we're feeling kind of good about our decisions. We have Marauders. We have Chaos Warriors with Halberds, one of them. And then we have the Bloodwake Berserkers. I'm going to hide in the forest till I know what's going on. We have 4 Skirmish Cav to punish a blob. We have Karanak to punish a blob. And then we have Skulltaker in case they didn't blob. Skulltaker can help me kill off Rot Knights on the flank by pairing up with Chaos Knights of Khorne and using his Bloody Onslaught. Can help a lot. And then we have 1 Minotaur as well to do large damage, but Enda the Lion became a Warp Fire Thrower. Thank you, Enda. We have Minotaur's Grey Weapons to also fight Rot Knights and stuff, and I guess to blob fight, but if it is a blob fight, we're mostly relying on silencing them, and then the Bloodwake Berserkers plus 4 Skirmish Cav just free firing at these guys. So, we'll see. Could be a pretty brain-dead, degenerate Nurgle blob, judging by how low their unit count is, but also maybe it's like extreme kite. Like the Angels of Decay up in the sky, some Chaos Knights, some Marauder Horsemen throwing axes, and then like a Chaos Sorcerer Lord on horse. And just don't have a lot of infantry. So we don't know. Either way, I'm not super thrilled to see such a small build. So I'm hoping it's a blob over being kited. I would rather fight a blob than be kited with this build. Show me Kugath. Or better yet, I mean, the Great Unclean one would also be pretty pog for me. because then I wouldn't have to worry about QF bombing my Marauder Horsemen throwing axes. Yep, okay. It's the second thing and the thing I really didn't want to see. Got it. Okay. Infantry push forward for all that's worth because your infantry against no infantry at all. Okay, if he wants to waste his ammo on my infantry, that's fine. The infantry have nothing to do here. Yeah, okay, we just lose. That's not even worth playing. BG. Yeah, we just lose. We had a lot of money in infantry, and it was going to be 4 Marauder Horsemen throwing axes have to deal with other Marauder Horsemen throwing axes and the plague drones. He's just going to fly away and kite us. It was going to be a long, very boring game, and eventually I was just going to get ground down, so it's not worth it. GG. Well, it was not GG. It was a horrible game, but it was a horrible game, but it was already over. Ugh. That's why Khorne kind of sucks to play right now, is because everyone knows you're so good at taking melee fights that they just don't want to melee fight you. How do you can't spell slaughter without laughter? Yeah. Yeah, because my infantry are going to be literally worthless. So I'm already 3,000 gold down. I'll just play Khorne in quick battles. I'm already like 3,000 gold down, which is pretty bad. And then he had aerial units and a bunch of kites, so I was just going to get run around the map. Yeah. Because with Khorne these days, you just kind of have to... Like, honestly, in a lot of competitive stuff, you just have to go, like, full mobility. Otherwise, people are just going to kite you. And it just gets really sad, so... Khorne's too good at killing infantry, so then people just don't bring infantry into him. In quick battles, they might. In tournaments, they really don't. Like, the Dark Elf build that was so good forever. Sorry. The Dark Elf build that was so good forever was just Scourge Runners, Repeater Crossbow Cav, Dark Riders, and Cold One Knights, and you might take literally 1 Dread Spear to get above the unit cap you have to hit for tournaments, but people just brought no infantry. Because you feed Khorne kills, which he needs. So that's not really a great idea. Let's do this. In case of Black Arcs, I'm going to take the Hellforged Toast, but otherwise 2 Forsaken, 3 Marauders should be able to win any front line here. Minotaurs are great weapons. Don't need Marauder Horsemen of Khorne here. Because if he goes with the Rogue Idol, we'll be fine. Could do Chaos Knights. Honestly, I do like the Skull Taker Chaos Knight tech. Ooh, but yeah. This isn't going to be a crazy long game. He's probably just going to keep it tight. So, yeah, Bloodthirster will be better for that. Bloodthirster, Minotaurs, strong front line. What else do I need? I could do Blood Beasts. Could do Minus. I do like the Knights of Blazing Throne, but not versus Greenskins. They might get rampaged, or they'll just kill goblins until they die. And that will not be ideal. Soul Grinder is okay versus Greeny Beanies. And my build is teeny tiny. Never mind, Soul Grinder. Back to your pit. Back to your pit you go. 2 Chaos Warhounds chase off stuff if I happen to route it. Hounds of the Blood Hunt and a Chaos Spawn of Khorne. Or cut both of you and get 2 of these. But then I need money. No. Where did all my money go? No Hellforged Toast. And get 2 of these. Yes, yes. And then 350. I mean, that gets another Minotaur, but I don't know if we want a Mino here. I mean, we do. We should. We should. But I don't know if I truly want one. In my heart of hearts, I want something that can kill Black Orcs. Those stupid Black Orcs. I want the Hellforged house. Screw this Marauder. What's this Marauder gonna do for me? Suck and die? Damn right it's gonna suck and die. And we could have the Hellforged host instead, baby. Let's go. Why do we need this Chaos Warhound of Gorn? We could get other stuff. Better stuff like these guys. Now this is a build. All right. GG, we win. Hey, thank you for all the videos you make. Anytime, Rim Creeper. Anytime. Chosen. Chosen don't have good armor piercings. They can't get through the Black Orcs. All right. So we forfeited a game or get run around the map. This is the final game, and we'll see if we can get a dub before ending the stream. But this actually has to be the final game. I have people showing up at my house in around, honestly, about 6 minutes, but whatever. We'll finish this game before then. Win or lose, this game will end swiftly. Hellforged Host, I'll keep them in the back in case I need them. And then we have Dogos that are going to run down anybody who routes. Then we have the Beastie Boys. Blood Beasts of Corn. I feel like you're obligated to have a Skulla cycle every army. Nah, those just die, brother. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right, we're ready. Exalted Bloodthirster to land on rather promising fights, provide us terror and massive stat debuffs. And that's it. I wish cavalry cycle charging did like literally 0 damage to heavily armored infantry. Or there was an old patch that I acknowledge the patch wasn't good. But like there was a thing where armor piercing infantry countercharging cavalry, the cavalry would take more damage on the charge than the infantry did. I wish they could implement just that, but for elite infantry. Like not all infantry can countercharge cav and beat their ass, but like Chosen and stuff could. Because then I feel like Khorne wouldn't have as much of an issue of people just hard kiting him. Because if the late game comes down to your cavalry having to cycle charge like my Bloodwake Berserkers or something, you just wouldn't get any damage out and you'd get murdered. And people might not do that, but I don't know. As it currently stands, infantry is only really good at fighting other infantry. So if you just don't take any, then Khorne can be a pretty sad panda. Why everybody's kiting Khorne. Poor Khorne. Goblin Rock Labas, Broken Tusk Mob, other Orc Boy with Biggins, no shockers here. Orc Boys with Spears on the front line. Then we have basic Trolls, my man's Wilden. You can't just have basic Trolls in 2023. Basic Trolls haven't been in style since 1961, I think. I think that was the last time we saw basic Trolls, 1961, yeah. Damn. You hate to see it. You hate to see right propagates still bringing basic Trolls.
Excuse me. I'm gonna fly at you and cast Deathbringer. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Dodge the archers! MLG Gaming! Alright. We dodged him, we juked him out. I'm gonna send dogs around to go catch some stuff when it routes. Let's get in there, boys and girls. I will lend you my terror. Diggy doggos. Getting through that front line, causing all that terror. And now we are through. You pop Deathbringer. You guys just keep on pushing on. As we get through that front line nice and quick like. Though to be fair, this is the reason that not a lot of people like to fight Khorne in melee, because it goes about as well as this. You dare land in the middle of all this shit, Azhag the Slaughterer? Or it's like Azhag the silly goose if you think this is gonna go well for you. No sir, not today. Can't just land in my Minotaurs. Can't just do that. I won't allow it, sir. Deathbringer, bringer of death. Running these guys down, running those guys down. My dogs are here to play a game, and then they're going to kill your name. He surrendered. Welcome to the duality of Khorne, ladies and gentlemen. I load into a build I don't like, I instantly quit, because that's gonna be a 15-minute boring game of you watching me get run around. I see a build that I do like, you're gonna see my opponent quit, because it's gonna be a 25-second game of me just instantly killing them. Khorne is too good at killing infantry. Ladies and gentlemen, petition CA, nerf Khorne's ability to kill infantry, buff Khorne's ability to kill cavalry. All right, give a little, take a little, give a little, take a little. Listen, I know you want to have infantry for more than 30 seconds. Maybe take some damage off of my impact damage of my frickin' Minotaurs and my Blood Beast. Do a little bit too much damage to infantry. Maybe Wrathmongers are a little OP. Maybe Forsaken are a little OP, but maybe you turn around to Khorne, you say, hey, Khorne, I understand you don't have enough sources of rampage to prevent you from getting kited. You just have Scarbrand, who's too slow, too dumb, too stupid, and has too small of an aura to stop those guys from kiting you. Maybe give, like, Skulltaker or the Bloodspeaker or the Herald of Khorne a point-and-click rampage. Maybe with, like, 2 uses. Maybe do that to prevent them from getting kited all the time. Maybe make their Chaos Knights better, their Blood Crushers better, their Skull Crushers better. Maybe do that. Maybe make their Flesh Hounds better, their Chaos Warhounds better, the Chaos Furies better. The Chaos Furies already are pretty good. They already are pretty good, so maybe don't buff those. But it would be a way to stop them from getting kited. Their fast stuff's got to be better. For the love of Christmas, don't buff the Minotaurs more to deal with kite. That's not how that works. Also, don't buff Khorne's kite to deal with kite, because we all saw how that went. It was terrible. It was garbage. Nobody liked them. Besides, they got kited anyway. You know what I mean? Even when this thing was OP, this thing, the only way people could deal with it is kiting Khorne, because guess what? This thing also was only good against infantry anyway. It wasn't even good against kite. Know what I'm saying? Maybe. CA, do your buddy Khorne a favor. Give him some ways to deal with the kite, because he's getting kited all the time. He just can't deal with it. But then why wouldn't they kite you? Because look what happens when they try and stand there. Nothing good happens. They just die. They just die. You can't do anything about it. You got Scylla, destroyer of the meta. Nah, he sucks. $2023? Yeah, it's the year it is. Faster cavalry would also be cool. True, dude. Khorne could use some melee Marauder cavalry. Like 550 gold, like Glade Rider level. Glade Rider, Illyrian Reaver type cav. Just have them have dual axe light cavalry. Could be fun. You can talk to CA. I've tried. I don't want to point fingers, but it's not CA that's stopping me. It's not CA. My opinions are not well liked among the community. CA says, listen, we got like 100 people telling us to buff Khorne. We got you saying nerf Khorne's ability to kill infantry in their front line and buff their ability to do kite. That sounds too nuanced and too complicated when everyone else just says buff Khorne. You're a big dumb idiot human boy. Just make Bloodhounds great again. Yeah, I mean, Fleshhounds could use some love. All right, I gotta get going. It was a mixed stream. It went okay. It went okay. It was not good. It was bad. It was a bad stream. Bad stream, bad content from a bad person, bad at making content. All right, goodbye, everybody. Whee!